Episode 37. Need answers. Question.
Hell yeah, we finally back. But y'all will be able to hear this one on the main channel. At least you'll be able to hear it.
It won't be uploaded until Sunday.
Yeah, you'll get this one Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, y'all gonna get more than just this Sunday. More than likely you get the other one too. All the people who didn't come over to the other page and see the episode 36, we'll put that one up Sunday too. Probably put that one up first, maybe. I don't know. I might just drop them at once. Fuck it. But yeah, man.
YouTube, kiss my ass. After you hang me.
Kiss my ass. It went by faster than I thought, though. I was like, okay, the 26th. It was okay.
Well, we live in a time now that 2 weeks is a week.
Yeah, it was just. It was
time
so
goes
quick.
by so fast.
I swear,
crazy.
like it was just it was like 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Like it's literally 1 week left in this month, and it's 2022. And Lord, what's coming in 2022?
Well, what year was it? Was it 2019? We were saying was so bad. Remember, go back 2019. People was like, "This has got to be the worst." 2019 was terrible.
I think
then 2020
was.
I'm sorry, yeah, it was 2020.
2020 was the worst.
2019 came. It was all right. 2020 came. It was like, this has got to be the worst year in history.
That was the revealing of the truth era.
Yeah, the 2020 vision, baby.
Eye opening.
Then 2021 came, and it was like, this ain't no better. Now we can only see.
What the fuck is gonna happen in 2022?
And if you look into any of these politicians or anything, all you keep hearing is January, and it's like,
oh, January is Janice, so
we'll see.
We'll see what's gonna happen.
What they give us in January, but yeah, man,
more bullshit.
You got a show today. We're gonna start off with. Once again, I'm starting to get to a point where should you even celebrate these things, because this is stuff that should happen.
Oh, you talking about Dwayne, what's his name?
Dwayne Wright.
Right?
Dante Wright, I'm sorry.
Dante. Niggas was mad at me. When did the story break?
A couple months ago. Like
we covered this story when it first happened.
Yeah.
And my take on it, I caught some heat in the damn comment section.
I don't know, did you?
Yes, I did.
I ain't read it. I don't know.
Cause I said he shouldn't have didn't he try to drive off? He should have drove off, and they were like, "This nigga is cooning."
Yeah, it was on your ass. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah, I remember vividly.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's getting to a point where I don't celebrate this. I don't. It's like this is supposed to happen.
But because it's so rare that you actually receive justice, that people see it as a victory.
Yeah, I mean, Dante Wright death. U.S. tax taser mix-up ex-officer guilty of manslaughter. Ex-officer found guilty of manslaughter and death of Dante Wright. Porter, who was white, said she meant to use her taser on Wright, a 20-year-old black man, but drew her handgun by mistake and fired a fatal shot.
How do you mistake a taser for a gun? You're a police officer. You're supposed to be trained.
With what, 20 years experience, if I'm not mistaken? That seems very, don't seem very plausible. Now, she said the reason why this happened is he had a piece of paper in his hand, talking about Dante.
Paper.
And she took the paper out of his hand with her left hand, which is the side of her taser. Or right hand. Yeah, left hand, which is the side of her taser. So because she had something in her hand, when she wanted to reach for her taser, instinctively she reached with the hand because she already had something in this one. So she reached with the opposite hand.
Yeah, the gun is always on the right side.
Yeah, so she reached with the opposite hand because she had something in her left hand. So her mind said, just reach for something.
That can't be true, because police officers automatically put their hands on their right side normally when they So you automatically that your taser is on your left side. So that's some bullshit.
With however many years she had on the force,
look at it with a thick ass neck.
That don't seem plausible to me. Here's the judge.
Oh, and an Asian?
Yeah, the Asian.
So we had an Asian judge ruling, giving a win for a quote unquote black kid that got shot
over a Caucasian woman.
Over a Caucasian woman. They really are minorities. Minorities sticking together, yellow and black.
Shit, remember when they was protesting for that Asian cop who shot the black guy in the stairwells? And they was out there protesting them police not to arrest him, saying don't make an example out of him. It was an accident.
Yeah,
it was like,
the yellows was like, no. Y'all niggas not getting a victory out of us.
Didn't you say that they called themselves gold?
Yeah, they said they gold.
Hey, Take it, man. It's yours. Take it.
Would Miss Potter
Bingo.
please rise? I'm now going to read your verdicts as it will appear in the permanent court records of Hennepin County. In the matter of State of Minnesota versus Kimberly Potter, court file number 27 CR 21 7490, we, the jury, on the charge of manslaughter in the first degree while committing a misdemeanor on or about April 11, 2021, in Hennepin County, State of Minnesota, find the defendant guilty. And the verdict was agreed to at the hour of 11:40 a.m. and signed by the jury person on 12/23/21. The verdict on count 2 is we, the jury, on the charge of manslaughter in the second degree, culpable negligence on or about April 11, 2021, in Hennepin County, State of Minnesota, find the defendant guilty. And that verdict was agreed to at 10:30 a.m. on 12/21/21. Members of the jury, is this your true and correct verdict? So say you one, and so say you all.
Yes.
Oh, I'm surprised she didn't give the white tears.
Because she knows she ain't gonna barely do no damn time.
Yeah, that too. She also, when you look up the things after the fact, they said that when the shooting happened, the court saw tape of the after the fact situation, and she quote unquote passed out on the ground and said, oh my God, I shot him. I'm going to prison. Her partner said, no, you're not. And it was just, they didn't allow certain footage to be shown in court. And you go, why? She shot him. Her reaction, according to them, her reaction afterwards, what they allowed to be shown, was remorse.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you show the whole thing? What are you cutting out? Was there something you cut out that didn't show remorse?
I'm gonna say this. If she shot him and the first thing she said, or she said in general, was I'm going to prison, that means she felt guilty for what she did.
Yeah, that's guilty.
So why
right
not
there.
just plead guilty in the courtroom? Yes, I was guilty for negligence of using my gun instead of using my taser.
Yeah, but that's another thing. If she would have pleaded not, she had to plead not guilty because she don't feel like she murdered him. Because with murder or manslaughter, there has to be intent. So she could say, I never meant to reach for my weapon. But isn't this the same thing as the case in Texas with Botham Jean? Remember the woman said she didn't know it was her apartment. She thought it was her apartment. Isn't it the same excuse that she's using? I didn't mean to shoot this person. I thought this was my apartment. I thought they broke into my apartment. Well, I didn't mean to reach for my gun. I meant to reach for my taser. That's the same argument as both cases.
That case is bullshit because when you live in they do make apartments now where the floors kind of look the same.
I walked in the wrong apartment before.
I've never walked in the wrong apartment.
And I never walked in, but I've definitely walked to the wrong door. And
you
had
know
to
what?
Look like, oh.
And when you got to the door, you looked.
Yeah.
You didn't open the door and go in,
No,
right?
No.
So when you get to, let's say you live on a 4th floor.
Yeah.
And you accidentally go to the 5th floor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
When you get to that floor and you turn, you'll see people have different color mats and decorations on their door, so you'll automatically pick up on, I'm on the wrong floor.
Also, the smell.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it's bad smell.
Let me tell you, some people's floors smell like shit. Some people other floors smell like air freshener.
Yeah. So,
some floors smell like feet.
Yeah, so when you walk on the floor, especially not paying attention, maybe you're listening to something in your ear, you're on the phone or something. When you ever notice, by the way, I'm cutting off for a second, when people be driving or doing something and they have to turn their music down so they can focus on something else, like if the music loud, it's hard for some people to read. So they got to turn something down so they can read. I don't know why our senses work like that.
Yeah.
The same thing when you walking into the hall, you might, have some headphones on the phone call. Then as soon as you end the call, you look around and go, but it's the wrong hall. You smell, you look, you notice the color, it's a color difference. But anyway, back to the point. She was 100% guilty of negligence But the argument for the manslaughter is she didn't mean to do it. So that's why you had a lot of same people that was defending other people. Oh, this is a wrong verdict. She didn't mean to do it. It's
But
like
she's negligent for what she did.
What does it mean when someone dies? I don't get it.
Their life not valuable.
Like, for instance, there's another case that just happened in I think it was Cali, where a police officer responded to a incident in a mall. People said there was gunshots. They got there. A man allegedly was beating on a woman. He had a bike lock. So he started running away from them. They shot 3 times, killed him, and a bullet went through a wall and shot a 14-year-old girl. And it's like, with one, I thought they weren't able to use firearms in public space. There's a crowd.
They don't care.
2,
Is this a black neighborhood?
I don't know. I don't know the race yet. Okay, you shoot the dude. 2, there was no gun. They haven't found no gun. So who the hell said it was gunshots fired? So I think they lied about that.
They always lying.
So they lied about gunshots being fired. More than likely, we'll find out soon. They lied. There was no weapon, and it was in a crowd.
They just like to shoot people. Officers don't like to run and chase people anymore. They just like how people say, I'm too old to be fighting. I just I ain't trying to beat you. I'm trying to kill. That's how the police officers are now. Police officers don't run no more. They just
don't chase. No,
the bullets be running after you.
They tell you stop,
and you don't stop.
They shoot,
and you run.
You can't outrun the bullets. I don't even watch. I don't watch the videos no more because it's
desensitizing you.
Yeah, the one that got me was the one down in South Carolina when a guy was running, dude for child support, and the dude just shot him and threw a taser on the ground and lied and said he took his taser
for child support.
And you go, damn.
You can get shot and killed for child support, and it always brings us back to
don't do it. Nope, not this week. Not this week. Nope, leave it alone. But yeah, so she was found guilty. Like I said, I don't know how much that really does. I mean, that should be the standard. That should be obvious. That shouldn't really lead to any hooray, no justice. But at some point, the money, there was a case recently that the cops had to pay out $67 million, or the state, should I say. Then there's another case up here in Seattle where a black woman of 4 was shot. She won her family won her suit for $3.7 million. What's her name? Lietta? I forgot her name.
Laos?
Yeah, Laos. She was shot. Mm-hmm. They won her case for $3 million.
Yeah, that case was I think she had mental issues, mental problems.
I don't know.
And the cops came in, and I think she might have had a knife or something in her hand,
maybe.
But she wasn't doing anything.
She was pregnant.
She was pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant with 4
kids.
She
wasn't doing anything. It wasn't like she was harming anybody. She just
like Laquan McDonald in Chicago. He was walking away from the officers with a knife, walking away, or should I say, he walking past them. He was walking away past them, and dude just shot him. Was it 12, 16 times, something like that? And you go, what's wrong with these guys? Another dude, this is a white dude in a wheelchair. He got blasted. Remember that video? White dude in a wheelchair got blasted on by the cop. They shot a man in a wheelchair with a knife. He's in a wheelchair. We're gonna do roll to you and stab you. Look, if you get stabbed by a man in a wheelchair, if you're not in a wheelchair yourself, I don't know if I can say you're not at fault a little bit. Just walk away from him. He in a wheelchair. They shot a man in a wheelchair.
I'm in a wheelchair, but if you get close to me and I get my damn hands on you, I'm gonna whip your ass.
Them people in a wheelchair got some strong ass arms. Nobody talk about the upper body strength of a person in a wheelchair.
They have to, because they constantly
exactly. They get a hold of your ass.
Around.
They get a hold of your ass. You're not getting away. If a person in a wheelchair get a hold of you, you ain't getting away. They're gonna pull your legs to the ground. They're gonna get on top of you, and that's all she wrote. But yeah, so she was found guilty. Like I said, it is what it is. More than likely, they're probably gonna give her something like 5 to 10 years. She'll probably get out in 3, 4, maybe.
That's a man.
So all that, and you're gonna just call the woman a man at the end.
You look like a man.
I ain't gonna do that.
We know.
Yep. We're gonna go straight to the time.
Kamala Harris.
Charlamagne.
Charlamagne.
Don't know.
You
don't
ain't
do
gonna
that.
do that, Charlamagne. That ain't how we gonna do that. Joe is the president,
He the
Charlamagne.
president.
Nigga, you better watch your damn mouth, Charlamagne. When I come to that damn cookout, I ain't bring no tater salad.
Make sure it's the one with the red. Now I'm stop. Kamala Harris staff accused
She
of
gonna
trying.
put turmeric in hers.
Oh shit! All their food orange.
Orange damn potato salad.
Hold on, niggas do like coloring in their food.
No, nigga put Laurie's or paprika on top of it.
Let me say this.
Not no damn
Since
turmeric.
we on color now, pastry, bruh. My mama would not cook them if we didn't have food coloring.
She like the yellow pastries.
We don't need the food coloring. We just need the damn food.
For her, it added it made it look rich.
Look, man, the flavor didn't change.
Well, for her, it did. May she rest in peace. Leave her alone.
All right. Kamala Harris staff accused of trying to shut down Charlemagne interview amid clash over Biden. I want to know who the real president of the country is. Radio host and rapper Charlemagne the God asked.
He's a rapper?
Right, I didn't even catch that. Yeah.
So all black men are rappers, I guess.
Well, he
now.
did make a song.
He made what song?
Faithful Black Man. Black men don't cheat.
That's not really his song. That's
But he got on it with a verse.
Little Duval song.
I'm pretty sure he did another song too. He does have rap songs.
He's not a rapper, dude.
If you make a rap song, you're a rapper. One or a million, you fit the description. Right? If he fits the description because he's done a rap song before.
Just leave it alone, man.
I wonder if he asked to be called that or was that just them? It's also a publication, white publication. So he had Negro. They looked him up. Oh, he got a rap song here. So I guess he's one of those rappers. So it is what it is. Let me go ahead and go. We're going to go straight to the clip. Hold on.
Supporting consent decree.
Hold on. All right. Now, no, this whole thing, like not even close to the whole thing. I just want to show.
It was 20 minutes?
It was an interview. I'm going to show the point of contention. So she went on his show. By the way, who is Charlamagne the God to get interviews with the vice president and the president of the United States?
He's nobody. But let me tell you, that means that he has some power and
That's
connections. He's a very high Luciferian.
Is his big connection Angela Rye?
Well, we know Angela Rye is. I ain't going outside today.
Yeah.
I ain't going outside today.
Angela Rye, is she the dangerous one of the group?
Kwame.
But who does he know where he's qualified and allowed to interview these high-profile people? Now, this clearly was a double whammy because this is also used to bring attention to his TV show.
Listen.
His TV show, what's the name of it? Nothing But the Truth?
You?
Something like that?
Charlamagne.
No. What's the name of the show? Jesus.
Charlamagne allegedly gets text messages from high-level people.
High-level people saying they can't wait to do this and that.
And it ain't women. It ain't women that's sending them text messages to his
Same
ass.
gender, baby. Ain't no change, clothes. It's the
That's
same.
why you see them dolls and shit behind them. DJ Envy and Charlamagne dolls.
I haven't seen it. I haven't looked at it.
Well, they don't have. Hold
on. I haven't watched Breakfast Club in like.
I ain't watched Breakfast Club in like
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Jesus. Only time I watch Breakfast Club is when I'm taking a clip from something viral they said.
I don't actually go to the Breakfast Club. I go to somebody else
Talking
who
about
stole the clip.
No, I go right to the source.
No, I don't.
Make sure I see what they said so I can talk shit about them.
Nope. I just go to somebody else that re-uploaded it.
If you talk shit about somebody with facts, it's not slander. See? That's how that works.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kamala, she went on the show, one, to boost profile for his TV show, and also this was a campaign to clear up the negative attention they're getting. Because listen to the language he uses when she starts going into his rant. Because the question he asked versus the answer she gave are nowhere near the same. So just listen to this.
Well, through the Department of Justice, we banned chokeholds and carotid holds. We said that law enforcement at the federal level, where we have the power to do it without Congress, that they have to wear body cameras when they're serving warrants. We put in place investigations of police departments.
I thought that was already countrywide, nationwide, the body cams. No, I guess she meant when serving warrants. So that's
Yeah.
the knock thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That are active investigations right now. We are supporting consent decrees. So we are doing those things in the face of Republican opposition, but we cannot give up. None of us can. And the reality is, because the issues are too serious and they impact everybody every day. And I agree with you. They're very serious.
Who's the superhero that's going to speak against Joe Manchin? No.
Now, hold on. I'm going to go back. Hold on. Joe Manchin, I said this before. I distinctly remember when the runoffs was happening in Atlanta, Georgia, and the Democrats said, if you get us these 2 other Senate seats, we're going to give you $2,000 checks. That's what they said. In the same time, I remember going to see an article immediately saying, might have been NBC, MSNBC, they said, Joe Manchin may be a problem for the Democrats. I remember the same day, and I said, oh, that's the fall guy. Then that other woman, Semia, whatever her name is, out of Arizona, the woman. The one who did the thumbs down when she voted against the bill that pissed people off. I said, oh, those two, they're playing the bad guys of the party. Oh, that's why we can't pass any bills. These 2 people we told you to vote for, literally you can find them, congratulating them for winning. Vote blue no matter who. The people you told me to vote for are now the people that's voting against everything I want.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what you got to do next 2022? We need you to come vote for us again.
Shit.
Forget the Build Back Better bill. Let's pass this voting rights bill to get voting rights, wink, wink. Who they trying to get voting rights for?
I thought we got our voting rights way long time ago.
I mean, apparently they're going out of their way. Now, there is some shit going on with the political maps and stuff. We're going to talk about that later. But who they really putting that bill out for? They put black as the face of it, but who they really pushing to be a part of that voting bill?
Anybody but black people.
Exactly. So that dude Manchin, he's a fall guy for the party. They just using him as a scapegoat to convince you to vote again in 2022. That's all that's about.
Who's the superhero that's going to speak against Joe Manchin? No. I want to know who's the real president of this country. Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin?
I'm sorry. I interrupted. I don't think the vice president can hear you. It's Simone. I'm so sorry, Charlamagne. We have to wrap.
Now,
Simone Sanders is leaving, right?
she's leaving. This is her last couple weeks.
So hold on. So Simone was in this little cameo to let you know that. Why is she?
What is
why
this
is she
about?
doing? What is this really about?
So she's trying to interrupt the interview to try and stop it, wrap it up. But this, I don't even know if this right here was real. This seemed,
This
is
fake.
another stage part of it.
That seems like Simone came in was like, she faking like it's really not that much tension between me and her. It's okay. No, Simone, we know you got a memoir.
Yeah, I
coming
wonder,
out.
did she come out just to prove she's still there or something?
Yeah, I think that's what that was for. That was a little cameo
But she's leaving
for
though.
her.
Like, she
Matter of
already,
fact, when is the last time we seen Simone Sanders? We haven't seen Simone Sanders really since Joe Biden has gotten to office. Maybe a little
well,
bit
she's
before
not.
that.
She's not his. She's not on his administration. She's
It
not
don't
on
matter
his,
though. She don't do anything anymore. She don't go.
Well, she
on,
do. She still works with Kamala. Kamala, the one who's been missing. So if
what
Kamala,
I'm saying is, she don't go on
she gonna go
CNN.
no. She don't do that because Kamala been missing.
Oh
The poll numbers are terrible. What is Simone Sanders gonna come out and say?
shit! She came out and said shit. She said a lot of shit for Joe Biden.
It didn't help.
Shit,
We-
she
oh,
tackled.
whoa,
She
stop.
tackled them people
Stop.
off the
Oh, yeah.
stage
See,
for Joe Biden.
I was gonna once again. I was gonna find that video, but I decided not to do it.
So let's. She could come up with some shit.
All right.
Joe Biden literally said, "You ain't black if you vote for me."
And she went and defended
And she
him.
defended that. Came up with some shit. Pulled some shit out her ass.
And she defended hate. Yeah,
Yeah, she did some shit. So she could do some shit for her too.
Well, she don't fuck with her.
Yeah, she don't fuck with her.
She came out and said we gotta wrap it up.
It's-
She can hear me.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Madam Vice
Okay, so
President?
I'm sorry. We got to wrap.
Oh.
So I'm sorry to interrupt.
They're acting like they can't hear me. Y'all see that?
I can hear you.
Oh, so who's the
I
real?
can hear you.
So who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden?
Now that question he asked there seemed like a simple question. What he's saying is you letting this dude Joe Manchin stop everything. So how does this one person got all this power to stop everything y'all want to do?
He don't. Pretty simple.
So who is the real president if he's the one that's dictating all the rules?
Man, these people are just actors.
Madam Vice President.
Come on, Charlemagne.
I really-
Come on. It's Joe Biden.
I can't
No,
tell
no,
sometimes.
no.
See, now I want y'all to pay attention to the way they act when they talk to black people. when Biden, people always talk about, we talked about just now, Biden talking about if you're not black, if you don't know if you want to vote for me. Let's talk about how he talked to those the Black Caucus members in that Zoom meeting. It's on the page that that was one of our first 5 videos we uploaded. How he talked to them like children. Like, get over this. We're going to do this. It's not going to be the way you want it. Get over. He was treating them like children. Now, listen to how Kamala, remember when she was talking to old girl and she asked her about something specifically for Black Americans? I'm not going to do anything for only Black people. Now, listen how she talked to Charlamagne here.
No. It's Joe Biden. And don't start talking.
Uh-oh, the head bounce.
She already started. She already. Well, we know she a bobblehead.
Yeah, oh, shit.
She a headmaster. But the damn hands start moving, and then the head start
the
bobbing
head
up and
start
down.
bouncing?
She start having flashbacks of Mr. Willie.
Oh, shit. Willie Brown.
Talking like a Republican about
So you ain't black, and if you question them, you sound like a Republican.
Well, damn.
asking whether or not he's president.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a
And
problem?
it's Joe Biden, and I'm vice president, and my name is Kamala Harris. And the reality is, because we are in office, we do the things like the child tax credit, which is going to reduce Black child poverty.
Now, what
What
the
got to do with Black people?
You see, this is how you know this is pre-written. This is speech. This is meant to, what was meant to happen right here, I think, and it backfired. She put to go on this show, and Charlamagne was once known as the shock jock asshole. He don't even do that no more, really. So it doesn't work no more. What's supposed to play out right here is Charlamagne is playing the old school Charlamagne shock jock asshole, and this woman's supposed to check him. But it didn't really work out that way because the question he asked was an asshole-ish. It was a sensible question. So then when she goes into her checking mode, it seems more like she's being the asshole, ignoring his question, talking about nothing that had to do with what he said. Oh, now you want to talk about Black people on a show that just so happened to be by I guess his audience is supposed to be Black people for politics. He's supposed to be like the Black, what's his name? Trevor Noah. Well, he is. Trevor Noah is Black. I'm about to say the Black.
No, he's not Black.
Well,
His father's white.
Yeah. So, but he got, what's his name on the show?
He's an African.
He got that Black dude on his show though, the comedian.
Oh, we just
Martin Luther King dude.
Baby Malcolm's on the damn Twitter.
Talking out his mouth again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this right here was meant to be.
Martin,
This is supposed
come
to
to
be.
bed.
This is for Black Twitter.
Mhm.
That's what this is for. And I don't think it worked the way they wanted it to work.
By 50%, on track to do that. We do things that are about saying that our Department of Justice is going to do these investigations and require that we end chokeholds and have body cameras.
Didn't she just say that?
She said that, yeah.
So the only time to talk about Black people is we're gonna let you vote. We're gonna get you out of jail. We're gonna stop cops from killing you.
Beating your ass.
Like, what about other stuff? You know, everybody not. I mean, just being honest, everybody not going to jail. Some of us ain't getting fucked over by the system in that way.
Jail, poverty.
Well,
jail and
the poverty part is not even that bad. They don't talk about the poverty. That's the point. The only time they talk about your poverty is when they say, "Oh, you don't have access to vaccines or access to vote." They don't talk about your poverty any other way. Oh, and now they're trying to do that bullshit where they pushing debt relief for colleges.
It is the work of saying we're going to get lead out of pipes and paint because our babies are suffering because of that. It is the work of saying people who ride public transit deserve the same kind of dignity that anybody else does.
All right, so as you can see, she went on her little ramble.
What they got to do, riding public transportation?
But I want you to see what Charlamagne said. This is how you know it was scripted. Watch what Charlamagne says at the end here. Watch this.
Done. And it is not easy to do, but we will not give up, and I will not give up.
I just want you to know that Madam Vice President, that Kamala Harris, that's the one I like. That's the one that was putting the pressure on people in Senate hearings. That's the one I'd like to see more often out here in these streets.
You see that? She checked him, and now he's supposed to say, "Oh, that's the real Kamala." This is bullshit. Ain't nobody. Well,
The real Kamala is that hoe that was hoeing in the 90s.
Why you keep going back to that woman's sexual press? See, now I gotta check you.
Nigga, you ain't gonna check me.
I got Kamala you now.
Shit.
What we not gonna do?
What we not gonna do is pretend like she ain't no hoe. That's what we not gonna do.
How they said, stick to policy, not personal attack.
That was her policy to get to the top was to be a hoe, allegedly.
So that was her checking Charlamagne, her checking a man who's saying, you ain't really acting presidential.
I got articles on her. She went to a damn event.
You gonna let this go?
He's a married man, and she went to an event on Willie's arm, like as the side hoe.
You see it right here. It's a CA state.
It's right there.
CA State Speaker Willie Brown with high-end call girl Kamala Harris, 1994. That article was written by San Francisco Chronicle. There was an article written about Kamala back then. We showed this when we talked about Kamala a few months ago with Joe Biden. The real history of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Mm-hmm. You can go watch that. Where it talked about Willie Brown was giving her jobs and with opportunities, and she wasn't doing none of the work. Yeah. He was just giving her stuff, and she ended up going on.
She was giving him stuff.
And Judge Joe Brown pointed out she left from him and she ended up with a basketball player.
Yeah, she's also with Montel Williams, the talk show host.
So she went up the celebrity ladder.
Yeah, she went up the black ladder. And then when she got up there, she went to the Jews. That's the top. The Jews, the shillings.
That's the shillings. The shillings getters.
They the top.
All their names got money in it. What's that movie we were looking up?
Remember, the black man is just the appetizer.
Oh yeah, what's her name?
They the entree.
What's the Asian chick? Jeezy wife. Is they still married?
Who?
Jeezy wife.
Jeezy wife.
Young Jeezy. That's the one who said that line.
Who?
Young Jeezy. That's his wife. You just said that you got that line from.
What line?
What she said? Black men are like appetizers.
Oh, I thought I was making that up myself.
I thought that's people quoting.
No, I don't
Jeannie
know.
Mai. What's her name? From The View.
Oh yeah, you right. It is Jeannie Mai. Because Tamar checked the ass.
Yeah, when she said that. That's funny. You just quoted that. You didn't realize you.
I didn't. Yeah. It's like, who the fuck you talking about? Jeannie Mai. Oh,
is it Jeannie Mai?
Yeah, her name is Jeannie Mai.
Okay, but yeah.
Now the black man has become the main course.
Nah.
See, that's why Tamar Braxton was checking her ass.
Well, every time they went viral and you see those videos, those clips from the show,
she was always her man crush. When you see those viral videos, it would always be a black man.
Yeah.
How you married to a white man and your man is always a black dude? That's kind of weird. But but remember, we're just the appetizer. We're not the main course or the entree.
It is what it is. But yeah, this didn't really go over well with some people. I can't say. I would love to say nobody fell for it, but we know that fell for it. We know they ain't true nowadays. You had the Kamala, I guess they call it the K-Hive, defending him. Defending her. Like she,
the K-Hive is a bunch of.
She turned sister girl on them, and I don't write the news. But people got mad at a dude had posted what we see that picture here about her being a
call girl.
A call girl.
Allegedly.
People was mad with him for posting that. This is not true. Please delete this message and all that goofy shit. Look, man.
Man, y'all done hold some of her people that follow her. Y'all done hold y'all way up to the top.
I wonder if they said the same thing about what just came out about Nancy Reagan. Remember it was trending on Twitter a week or two ago. Somebody had compared her to Madonna. And it said Nancy was out here giving a neck on the damn parking lots. And it's funny because Too Short had a song back in the day saying that.
Well, we know.
So niggas in Cali people that's close to already know about Kamala Harris. They literally know. You know how in your city there's certain things you know about the politician that's not in the news. It's just rumor.
Mm-hmm.
People that know people that know people. That's what people know about Kamala. People know who she is. It's like, oh, okay. She a by the way girl who turned into a, politician. But yeah, let's move on. All right. This case in Louisiana with a woman, what's her name? Micheal, Caucasian judge, where she got on, somebody recorded her saying, nigger and like roaches, saying black people are niggers and roaches. She ended up, she herself decided to put herself on leave with an unpaid leave. And now they replaced her with a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, I don't know if it's not a coincidence. They clearly, purposely chose her to be, their person to get up there. So
They already had this ready to go.
yeah, the second this stuff came out and she stepped down, it was like, okay, what judge we getting? They gotta be black, and because she's the more than likely gonna be a woman. Now they're saying
We could say she was attacking black people, but she really was attacking black males in that instance, wasn't she?
No, I can't say that.
Oh.
I mean, the alleged robbery attempt, I think, was a black dude. I guess they were talking about a black dude in that moment, but I wouldn't say that the attack was on black men. It was definitely
on black people.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it was.
But I'm just saying that the joke was really,
you know.
Okay.
But now they're saying you gotta. I would imagine all the dudes because dudes that go to jail and have trials and stuff, they remember the judge's name because this is the person who put you behind bars. So I wonder if a lot of those dudes in prison right now are like, get a lawyer. I want my trial looked at again. She racist.
That bitch was racist.
And a nigga guilty. Let's be real. There's a few niggas in there guilty who like, nah,
but
she
they gonna
racist.
try their damn best to get off.
And some are gonna get off too. By the way, I mean, if they in there for like a weed charge or something, they probably gonna get out.
I don't know why anybody is going to jail for drugs anymore.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about that later. Just pause it. We're gonna talk about that marijuana later. But now I would imagine you're gonna see a lot of people going back to her cases, opening them up, trying to see if there's any level of racial bias. They're going to compare the stats to the guilty and not guilty to other races and all that other stuff, circumstances. But now they replace her with the black female judge.
Let's hope she don't continue to go on the same course that her white Caucasian.
I mean, I'm gonna have to keep it real with you. It don't always get better with this situation right here.
Male or female or male?
Female or male. I'm gonna go ahead and go to her here. I actually jumped ahead. So I'm gonna have to go up right here. I just jumped ahead of myself. Here it is. Did you hear?
Oh, and that's their first.
Yeah, it's the first
black judge.
It's crazy that we in 2021 and we still getting first. It's like, dear God.
When there happens to be a lot of black people that live in Louisiana.
Yeah. Louisiana Supreme Court appoints first black judge to Lafayette City Court to replace white judge caught using racial slur. The Louisiana Supreme Court appointed Judge Vanessa Harris to replace the suspended Lafayette City judge who was caught on video using a racial slur. This appointment makes Harris a retired Landry Parish assistant district attorney, the first black Lafayette City judge, local station, reported on Friday. Harris was served temporarily while Judge Micheal is under investigation. So it's not even permanent. So while she's on leave, this is what she's gonna be the replacement for now. So what I'm saying is she's probably coming back. I mean, what more you need to see?
I told you what's gonna happen.
What?
She's gonna adopt a black little kid.
Nah, I don't think they're going that far.
Shit.
But what more investigation you need? It was her on video. She's admitted that. She said it. So you're either gonna fire her or not.
You know, they like to have study cases, and
they love to study shit, don't they? They don't do shit. They like to study it.
Examine. Next time they come back, oh, she wasn't really referring to them as roaches.
But the point is, she should either be fired or brought back now.
Yeah.
You know all the information you need. There's nothing new to learn. So you're either gonna fire her or not. So what they're really doing is, we're gonna put this black face up here for a few weeks. When y'all done paying attention to the story,
you're gonna slide her ass
she'll
back
come
in.
back and move on with her. She'll give some bullshit apology to the locals or something and go on with their careers. But whatever. According to CBU News, the Louisiana Supreme Court issued an order on Friday temporarily removing. Now they're saying that she's temporarily removing her from the bench. It stated that she disqualified from exercising judicial functions without salary during the pendency of further proceedings in these matters. But I thought she stepped down on her own. Now they're saying they did it.
Just like lying.
Just lying for no reason. I don't get it. But this, I'm gonna go ahead. Like I said, I'm gonna have to jump to this right here. This next case. There's another judge in Alabama. Now this story, I don't know if this story, because this be seen a funny story, because it's just strange. It's just a strange story. Hold on. This is another judge. Is a black woman. She's an Alabama judge, and she's been fired for.
Oh well,
I mean,
she
you
really
can-
be fired for what she said? She is a freedom of speech.
I can make an argument that's a racial slur she used.
Which one?
I'm gonna see. Hold on. I can make an argument this is a racial slur.
Get a racial slur?
Is it not? Who's it normally focused on? Is it not focused on a particular demographic?
What different? You talking about black man?
No. Black people.
Can you call a black woman an Uncle Tom?
I ain't never heard nobody. I don't think I ever heard nobody call no black woman.
Because they call mammy.
Yeah, that's their name.
That's the name. I don't really see that as a black person calling another black person an Uncle Tom or a
Well,
mammy.
what about
I
when they're
don't
not Uncle
see
Tom?
that as a. I don't see that as a.
What
as a
about when
racial
they're
slur.
not Uncle Tom?
Well, maybe from their point of view, they are Uncle Tom.
So anybody you can call anything.
Maybe in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
moment you acting like an Uncle Tom.
Right. Alabama judge 44 is removed
Shit.
from the bench after she called a black colleague an Uncle Tom, labeled another coworker a fat bitch, and told one employee she was a heifer.
Which means fat too.
Now I ain't gonna forget, like a couple years ago, when you defended a judge, I think she was in Texas. Let me tell y'all, that was the judge in Texas who got caught not only having an affair with her husband, smoking drugs, popping pills.
That's her personal life.
And we got in a fiery argument because I'm like, how are you defending this wicked ass woman?
I just said that's her personal life. That's what I said.
He was actually making an argument that she shouldn't be fired.
Because that's her personal life.
What they gotta
She
do?
didn't bring that to work. That's her personal life.
If I got a woman on the bench who's a damn adulteress, which is there are kind of states where that's against the law.
Okay. Is that in Texas where it's against the law for you to have an affair?
So
on your
adultery is
spouse?
okay.
It's not okay.
So why you gonna let her be your damn judge? If she
Because
committed
that's her
adultery?
personal life. That's not. They don't got.
See, y'all see where
that's
this
her personal
goes?
life.
You see, this is crazy.
It ain't
And
crazy.
he only do it with this one person. I don't understand. Nikita Blockton, 44, was removed from the bench after a non-judge panel found she had a pattern of abuse. She name called two
Emotional
judges.
abuse.
They called it abuse. She named.
See, they need to specify because when you say abuse, you can mean being violent towards
what's
other,
the difference?
one another.
Abuse is abuse, ain't it?
No, it's a
Oh,
difference
so
between
there's a difference.
emotional abuse is different from physical
You
abuse.
know, this is gonna leak into another discussion.
Whatever discussion you want to have.
All right. She name
Nigga,
called.
you don't want smoke.
She name called two judges and two employees, although the specific terms she used on the second employee were not revealed according to the complaint. She referred to one judge as Uncle Tom and another as a fat bitch. She called the employee a heifer. The other judge and employees were unnamed. She also made her employees work excessive hours to intimidate them and made them turn over cell phones and private logins after the complaints were filed.
Damn.
Let me-
Sounds like she was abusing her power.
abusing it. She was a damn tyrant. With all these people walking around to my
She
tyrant.
ran a tight shift.
She was okay. Let me just jump down. The abuse included excessive, unproductive, unnecessary nights and weekends. She forced her underlings to work according to the panel December 10th judgment. And when her actions came on an investigation by the State Judicial Inquiry Commission, the disgraced magistrate attempted a cover-up, ordering employees to allow her to see their private cell phone so that the information that might be relevant to the commission's investigation could be deleted. Blockton, who was a circuit judge in the Birmingham Court's Domestic Relations Division, also used fake Facebook accounts to communicate with litigants in pending domestic relations case in effort to affect the outcome of the case. Who was she helping? She threatened one party in a divorce case and provided advice to another through the fake accounts. I wonder, was she being paid, or was she just emotionally invested in all this
I don't know.
and decided to help him? False prophet. How much your white judge paying you? She wrote in a disavowed party. The devil is watching you.
Mm.
Why she point out his judge is white?
I have no idea.
She used fake accounts to friend divorce lawyers and even leaked information on other judges, according to the complaint. Her attorney, Anne-Marie Anthony, told Above Law, "We are trying to keep her on the bench, and we were disappointed they removed her from the bench."
Well, I'm going to say this. Since y'all have such a problem with her working her employees to death, which I agree is totally wrong, then America needs to get rid of salary, because salary literally means that you are not an hourly paid employee. You do not get overtime. You don't. In some states, you don't get paid for holiday. That means I can work your ass 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I can work you 16 hours a day. If I don't have anybody to cover this shift, that means you got to come in and work this shift.
Yep.
So if you see her as being this dirty, working her employees to death, then America, get rid of that fucking salary shit. That's abuse. That's physical and emotional abuse.
Nah, they don't give you that one.
Shit.
This woman, look, I think we could put two and two together. She was a relations lawyer. She dealt with divorces. She was helping parties and going against others. All I'm saying is, when in these divorces, what is the most likely, not definite, who is the most like party she probably was helping?
I don't know.
Travis.
Don't Travis.
You
me.
don't think she more than likely was helping the female side more
Probably
often?
so.
Okay. So she was on Twitter. I'm sorry. She was on Facebook cussing people out, telling them about their white judge and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Helping people with their cases and attacking others, leaking stuff on judges.
Okay, nigga, stop beating around the bush.
I'm asking you, should she have been taken off the bench?
Yes, absolutely. She
So
should
wait,
have been taken
let me
off
get
the
this right.
bench.
So a woman can have an affair, be doing drugs, and all this other stuff, and she shouldn't be kicked off the bench.
You want to know why? Because that woman was not going on Twitter giving Facebook giving advice.
You sure? We don't know that.
We don't.
That's just not part of the investigation.
We're not talking about that. They never specified that. Let's keep it to what they talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Context.
Okay.
Context. So the judge you're referring to in Texas, that was her personal life. This woman was doing stuff in her work life. That was so this is totally different. It's two totally different things.
So you don't think a corrupt in your morality ain't the same as being a corrupt in your field as well?
Yes, dude. The woman what she did was terrible, cheating on her husband, doing drugs.
So you think she still should be able to be a person who's a judge and a judge doing those things?
We really gonna talk about this woman when we know what politicians do?
Well, we don't know this stuff. I'm saying open. Once it's known, shouldn't we get them up out of here or no?
Hell, most of them don't get up out of here.
I don't care about whataboutism. We talking about her.
Okay, well, you just brought up whataboutism when you talking about.
I compared.
No. You brought up whataboutism when I was saying this woman was not going on Facebook and doing type of shit. You said, well, but what if she was? We don't know.
That's not what about. That's what if.
Well, what?
It's not
it
the
ain't
same.
a what if.
I didn't say. See, you got cut there. I didn't say what about. I say what if.
It ain't about a what ifs.
All right. Now the big reveal.
There's no evidence for it.
This is her social media. She deleted her Facebook. Yeah. I ain't got to say nothing.
You went and found her with
I didn't
white
find
man?
I didn't find it. This was
you see what he's trying to allude to?
What? I'm just saying. I ain't got to say nothing.
She's trying to say she's on the black woman's side with the white man.
What?
Try to destroy black man. That's what she's trying to hit around to.
What do you mean by that?
That's what you was alluding to. She's helping one party of the case and she's not helping the other one.
I never said race.
Okay, male or
I'm
female?
pretty sure a lot of her people, this is divorce court.
Okay.
Pretty sure most people in her court is white.
Okay.
You see how you just jumped? You see
No,
how
I
you
didn't
jumped
jump
there?
the
You know what they
gun.
say when you assume.
I ain't make an ass out of myself. Because, nigga, I know what you're alluding to.
So you see people in the comments was going in on her. They were actually calling her racist. I'm pretty sure that was the white people. Because she pointed out his judge, the other dude judge, well, the other person.
Oh, yeah, they didn't, well, yeah. They didn't call her racist, though.
No, the white people was calling her racist.
Stupid.
The Bob
is
bitch
a
have fun in
stupid
jail.
Does.
Stupid is a stupid does. So the white people was mad with her, was talking about the white judge thing. Like, that's what they mad about.
Well, you know white people going to keep talking about emphasizing on the racist.
She literally made one comment like that.
Because they always get called racist. Well, that white woman, the judge said that was her first. She could only make one comment saying the niggers and the roaches in her first time of her life. And niggas jumped on the bandwagon calling her a racist. So we can't say that.
Who called her racist?
Do you think she's white? Do you think she's a racist?
Look, man, that ain't her damn first time saying it. She was way too comfortable. She was just
We've never
giggling.
seen her do it,
She
though.
was just the giggling.
We never see her do it.
Her and her son.
I'm pretty sure this black woman done said white ass. She done said plenty
I know
of
she
stuff.
done said it.
So
I know she done said cracker everything. Don't get
she
it
calling
twisted.
people fat bitches and heifers and
Uncle Toms.
Uncle Toms.
That's a racial slur, ain't it?
I'm sure she done threw some coons and mammies out there too.
I don't know.
So leave Judge Nikita alone. Let that woman go on about her business. Shit, treat them like they do the fucking white people. She'll land in the soft spot somewhere else. No, she won't.
She
Her
won't.
ass is finished.
She a black woman. She ain't done. She a disgraced judge. Look,
your ass is finished like
my
grass.
whole assumption I actually was making is, was she being paid? Was she being?
Probably so.
Was she getting paid off?
Probably so.
So that's why they really like, we got to get rid of her. People
She's
are
too
paying
much.
her. Hold on. Remember that case? Another case that happened. Remember the case where the male judge was sleeping with the woman who was getting divorced? And he got her pregnant?
That was Judge Mathis's, that was in Detroit.
No, that was a regular case.
Oh.
It wasn't on TV. The judge started an affair with the woman who was getting divorced and ended up getting her pregnant. And she went on TV like he knew better. It was like, you are a grown woman.
There was another case too.
And you trying to make it seem like it's all his fault. You're a grown woman. She make it seem like he knew better. He's a judge. It's like,
but
you got a baby in your womb.
You got to hold him to that same standard that you hold that woman in Texas too.
I agree.
He's a judge messing around with people in the courtroom. He's not supposed to be doing that. So we can't just say, well, she's a woman and she knows better. He's a judge. You got to have that same high level for him too.
We talked about this then, and we were saying how stupid he was.
Oh, have that same vitriol that the Texas woman was cheating on her husband and doing drugs.
The vitriol comes because you were defending her. I'm not defending him. You actually making an argument. She should have stayed as a damn judge. You crazy. But anyway, this is another thing that's going on in Alabama.
I ain't talk shit about him either though.
Who?
The judge. I ain't say shit about him either. I just said he got caught up. That's what I said.
Look, we talked about him before.
But the problem is he brought his personal life into the courtroom because he was fucking messing around with plaintiffs and defendants in the courtroom. She kept her shit outside the courtroom. She had more sense than he did.
Well, we don't know that. Anyway.
You're right, we don't know that.
That lady was from Alabama. So this is something that's going on in Alabama. And this is part of the situation where we talk about the poverty. When we talking about Kamala and how they don't talk about poverty unless it's trying to explain the idea that, black people are so poor they can't go vote or get the vaccine. And that's the only thing they care about. Well, this is a certain level of poverty that they don't show often. Where the people, even their waste, they don't have proper sewage to put their waste away in certain parts of.
All I want to say is they don't really care about us.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
I'm sitting here getting teary. It's ridiculous how
she's so embarrassed by it.
She's so embarrassed and ridiculous how our people get treated in this country. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they don't have no pity on us. Begging and pleading, asking for reparations. We're at the bottom and they just refuse to do anything. Love us being at the bottom.
Love it.
But one day we're going to be at the top.
It's going to be hell.
And it's going to be to their detriment. And we're going to be on their ass like white on rice.
All right, let's go to the next. Now, this is just a quick story I want to get through because this shit is just insanity. It just shows.
The last story that we were talking about, that should be the headline.
And it's just like
of people living in Loudoun County can't afford to get septic tanks. Sewers, have proper sewers, but we weren't about Micheal Vick's last surviving dog from dog fight case dies. Who gives a fuck? Don't nobody give a fuck about this.
Listen, this was trending across social media, and
we know who had it trending.
Yeah, there were people who said, "I will never forgive him," and it's like,
what about Fauci?
We're gonna get to that. So
it's like, man,
according to Bad Rap, food was one of the 48 dollars that was saved. Frodo was one of the $48 that was saved after Vick's dogfighting ring was broken up by law enforcement back in 2007. Think about it, it was 2007.
I graduated in 2007.
Like, that's crazy. You just aged yourself too, by the way. 2007. Young niggas gonna be.
Add it up. If you saw me though, you say that nigga ain't that age.
He said black don't crack.
Black don't fucking crack.
All right, now look at this. They literally kept up with the damn dogs.
Damn. If you know what, they kept up with the dogs If they kept up with the debt they owe us, like they kept up with these dogs,
Look at Harriet, Hazel,
they wouldn't need no
Hector,
study.
Iggy, Jumbo Jones, Johnny Justice. What the hell? Layla. Lord have mercy. This country is.
Yeah. Well, when you smell like a dog and you got hair like a dog.
There's a reason why they're so close to him. As we reported,
Yeah.
Vick was released from Atlanta Falcons. We already know all that stuff. But I just found this is insane. Considering that even though there's a little bit of backlash against them, look at this. Experimenters fed puppies' heads to infected flies, but that's not all Fauci's NIH funded. Now this is trending across social media for a little bit, mainly the people using it for political punches on the right. But it's like what he did was as bad as what Micheal Vick did. But
Well,
he's still allowed. Go
they'll
ahead.
say he did it for science.
Micheal Vick did it for science. I mean, we can say bullshit. I can say bullshit too. Bullshit is bullshit.
That nigga didn't do it for science.
No, you're right. He didn't do it for science. He did it for greed. I can't even say what I want to say now because shit pop off and next thing you know I'm gone for. We gone. We got 2 strikes. I know. Actually, we got 1 because 3 months passed on the 23rd. So we gone for another 2 weeks. If I say what
When we
I wanna
go
say
out,
right
we
now.
gonna go out with a blaze of glory, like that lady off of Damn Hoarders.
Yeah,
Nasty ass eat shit.
Now remember that video going around of the dog with the thing over his head with the flies eating it, and they were saying how this is one of the experiments, and now they're saying I gotta make sure I put this in there. Fact check. We're gonna get to these fact checks.
Nigga,
soon.
I done told you they don't care about your damn fact checks.
Viral photo shows Beagle in that study. Now they're saying that dog in particular, that study in particular, Fauci didn't fund. He did fund other ones, but he didn't fund that one in particular. Even though the people who said that was the NIH. So it's like, how are we gonna believe you investigate yourself?
That's like you defending yourself
Like, okay.
against the crime you know your ass committed.
And you can just say, I ain't do it.
I didn't do it.
Here's proof. Me saying I ain't do it. All right, man. This is crazy. But
If the glove don't fit, we must have quit.
But I just saw Larry Elder. He just did a video on
Larry Elder.
O.J. Simpson.
Is that?
He said, why? And it's like, why are they so
Because they can't believe that he actually was found not guilty and he got away with it.
that case
Still
upsets-
haunts them.
Let's be honest. That case upsets white people so much. Whenever you say something about black people, white people getting away with something, they say, OJ got away. I'm like, if you actually read the case and the facts, you would know what's really happened.
His wife was a drugged out.
We're not allowed to say the truth. His wife was a dope head who was messing around with drug dealers.
And she got caught up and her ass got popped.
The dude who said he
Well, she didn't get popped. She got stabbed.
allegedly. That's what they say. I don't care. That's what they say. Anyway, we're not even getting into that. But he got up there and said he was defending going at OJ. He also tweeted a picture of Kamala Harris, AOC. You should know where I'm going with this. AOC, what's his name? Don Lemon, and all of them saying, so we need to save America. And he was like, white supremacy, yeah, all of them dating white people. Ilhan Omar, AOC, Kamala Harris, Don Lemon. It's like, damn. All of them none of them were with women. It's all men.
Well, AOC ass is a Spaniard anyway, so her fucking ass don't count.
His point was y'all talk about white supremacy and being against this stuff. Yet all of y'all.
Who tweeted out? Larry Elder?
Larry Elder. I said, wait, he was with a white woman.
Sure,
And
yeah.
I did not know it until that woman came out and said that he was abusive. I never knew. Maybe because I never looked him up, honestly. He never made it public either. I never
Well,
looked
he
him
should have
up.
put it, but he's not talking about white supremacy though. So
That's what I'm saying.
Why he said,
That's why he's saying y'all talking about white supremacy, yet y'all do the same thing I do. Y'all laying up with these white people.
They told you they be talking black
Sleeping
and
white.
sleeping white. They were doing that shit in the 60s too.
Oh yeah, that's
Civil rights.
Yeah.
Ain't shit changed.
Now, since we were talking about the Alabama thing and the people who are so poor they can't even afford sewage tanks. Now, P. Diddy just bought his old company back, Sean John, He purchased it for $7.5 million after the company filed for bankruptcy. You see here, the mogul has now bought Sean John, the fashion brand he founded over 20 years ago, out of bankruptcy with $7.5 million bidding victory on Monday. Apparently, he originally wanted to spend $3 million.
Then why did you go for the 7?
Because, people start bidding on it. Sean John got a little clout to it.
Did people start bidding on it, or did they just?
Yeah, they probably had some fake bidders that
and wanted him to pay more for it.
Well, he paid 7.5. Ain't he supposed to be a billionaire or something?
I don't think he a billionaire.
But don't he own a television network and
Revolt?
Alcoholic beverage and
what's it called? Is alcohol beverage?
Ciroc.
Ciroc.
Like,
You know anybody who drinks Ciroc?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
The niggas definitely started drinking Ciroc.
Remember that damn Nouveau?
Oh my God. Nouveau took the look.
T-Pain.
I was a young teenager.
I was young too.
And I'm around my cousins and they all older than me. When Nouveau took over, that T-Pain is blaming on the new guys.
I hadn't left though. I wasn't there.
No, you wasn't there for that, bruh. Every party they playing that T-Pain song and they make sure to pop out the Nouveau bottle. And it was just status.
I left in 08.
Yeah, it was just attempted status. People want to show I got Nouveau. I can afford a drink he rapping about, and it's like, then Ciroc. It was.
But I already knew because when I would get the phone calls, they were like, "They drinking them." I'm like, niggas love Nouveau, don't they?
They love Nouveau. Ain't nothing like when them four locos.
And they was promoting it heavily in
music,
rap or hip hop.
Every
videos.
rapper was talking about Nouveau.
Even the R&B singers had it in their videos.
Let me say this: it would be dope if they did that for something productive.
Like reparations?
Constantly. Yeah, how about making a bunch of reparations?
No, they'll never do that. No, that's
that shit gonna get no spin, baby. This is one.
It should be because we have the Breakfast Club who plays music. Hot one. Was it Hot 97?
Yeah, one of those. Yeah. In North Carolina, it was
Foxy 99. The big stick.
Yeah.
Foxy 99. The big stick.
Yeah, you said this is what he said. I launched Sean John in 1998 with the goal of building a premium brand that shattered traditional.
Oh, are we allowed to say that?
What? Big what?
Never mind.
The radio station?
Yeah.
They
might flag us. Shit.
He said, I launched Sean John in 1998 with the goal of building a premium brand that shattered tradition and introduced hip-hop to high fashion on a global scale. Diddy shared with Complex. Seeing how streetwear, which is just, streetwear is literally just stuff black people will wear with a tag name on it. The stuff that black Americans wore, they put a tag name on it. Streetwear. Yeah. What's his name? What's the guy who just died? The fashion dude connected. Virgil. He's the one that titled it Streetwear because he was working with
Gucci.
Was it Gucci or was it the other one?
What's the other one?
It
was Gucci.
It was Gucci?
Remember didn't T-Pain want to, not T-Pain.
Kanye.
T.I. wanted.
No, it was Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton, I think.
Maybe you're right.
It was Louis Vuitton, I think. But anyway, when he went there to this, high scale fashion, they had to give it a name. So they said, well, streetwear. Urban. They didn't want to call it urban because it would be kind of on the nose. So they called it streetwear.
Streetwear is kind of on the nose too.
Well, streetwear was a lot of white kids wearing it then.
Yeah,
baggy clothes, the typical stuff. They would say, oh, that's streetwear. Skateboarders.
White people don't wear baggy. White people don't wear tight clothes no more.
I told you.
They wear baggy clothes.
It's the
Niggas
streetwear.
switch.
That's streetwear. They started wearing streetwear.
Black people still wearing. A couple of them still wearing.
Nah, I think niggas used to wear the baggy. Then they went extreme.
Not in between.
Skinny, not in between. Wearing fitted. But earlier this month, Bloomberg reported that an entire entity affiliated with Combs was looking to buy back the brand at $3.3 million. He was the highest bidder at the time, according to the court documents reviewed by Complex. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped all this. I'm sorry. Streetwear has evolved to rewrite the rules of fashion and impact the culture across categories. I'm ready to reclaim ownership of the brand, build a team of visionary designers, and global partners to write the next chapter of Sean John's legacy. Now, the first thing I thought of is, okay, he said streetwear. So he saw how Virgil did. So they're going to try to incorporate that to Sean John. Now, the way I think, is he going to work with Kanye?
Do we really want Kanye clothes?
In a sense of Sean John, obviously Kanye doing his homeless clothes, no. But I'm saying when you start talking about visionary and streetwear and fashion, I think Kanye's with Gap now, ain't he?
Somebody.
He's with the Gap.
His clothes go with Gap. Everything fucking gray or dark gray or light
He's
gray.
a minimalist now, so that's why his clothes is like that.
That shit's terrible.
Yeah, it is. But you know, but
That's not creative at all. Those clothes just look like they sewed something together and just went and grabbed some scissors and just put a blindfold on. And
but it's creative, so you have to say it's good.
Shit.
When somebody somebody act real deep and passionate about something,
that shit was trash.
yeah, you got to say it's good when you do that. But what reason I'm talking about this is, remember in the early 2000s, there were a couple black-owned clothing brands that were really popular. Yeah, Rockaware, Sean John, FUBU, and that was in the 90s. What happened to those brands? When I watched a documentary on this, they was like, what happened is the brands killed themselves. Real quote-unquote designers, quote-unquote, they were trying to make black wear. It wasn't getting no push. So when the rappers come out with their wear, it's only as popular as the rapper. So the second the rapper popularity drop, the clothes going to drop and nobody going to buy it. So instead of putting money behind an actual designer to constantly put out the newest trend and not sell a brand as far as the rapper, but a brand as far as the clothing, it killed the black clothing industry. So is it possible that with Virgil going to wherever he went, I can't remember, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, whatever, he revitalized the idea of a black clothing line?
Yeah.
So now maybe, possibly, he'll put money behind a real black designer.
Did he have good clothes?
Who?
The Virgil dude?
I mean, it was very popular. It was too expensive for me to buy it. So
did you ever see it?
Yeah, I saw it before.
How
It
it
looked like regular clothes to me.
Okay.
You had the off-white.
It wasn't that weird shit.
Some of it was weird.
Not that shit Kevin Samuels be wearing.
What do you mean what he wearing? Oh, he wears suits, huh?
No. He wears stuff beside suits too.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't say he makes streetwear. Why you got the bell going up?
Oh, that's my Bible bell. Keep me in check.
Okay.
I'm sinning.
So, and obviously that links to, we were just talking about how poor the Alabama city is, and he bought an old company for $7 million. It's like, man, it's $7 million. I'm not saying it's his job to do. I'm not a person who tells people how to spend their money. I've never been one of those people.
Not you. Because I've made this argument several times.
I don't like to tell people how to spend their money.
I get called a socialist,
I didn't call
communist.
you a socialist. I asked you.
You called me a communist before?
No, because you said you were against people having millions.
You didn't call me a socialist? I thought one time it was going to come to blows.
When I call you that? I asked you, were you?
Just even asking me, that's like...
How's that wrong to ask you? If I ask you if you're a capitalist...
Do you want to step outside?
So if I ask you, are you a capitalist, what are you going to say?
Do you want to take this outside?
Asking somebody their political beliefs. It's fighting words now.
Yeah, white people whoop your ass if you.
No. Here's the difference. That used to be the case. You couldn't talk to white people about their politics. They people got a skit about this. They'll tell you the deepest personal stuff. Yeah, when it came to their politics, now white people they'll say fuck the president as much as black people used to. Black people used to always talking about whooping Bush ass. They started
cutting off their damn Medicaid.
They started talking about whooping Obama ass too.
Food stamps.
They want to whoop Obama ass too. Now our aunt, she finally turning on Biden.
Because what she say?
Who?
This got to do with her Medicaid.
Social Security, something like that. I can't remember. She said, fuck Biden.
When they start messing with black people at the federal level.
Yeah. That's when they go, oh, hold on now. You fucking with something.
You ain't fucking, as long as if it ain't, when it's at the federal level, then they get on the president's ass. When it's at the local, they deal with the local people.
Yeah.
They stay at the area they're supposed to stay in.
Stay in their place, as they say. Look at this right here. So, like I said, I'm not a person that tells you how to spend their money. But that $7 million from Diddy would have did a lot for that neighborhood.
That's why I asked this Terrell Owens.
Well, he broke too.
I'm talking about at a certain point he wasn't broke.
Well, when I say broke, let me rephrase that. When I say broke, I don't mean broke like regular people broke. He's broke for rich people broke. He probably can't afford to live in a $10 million house, but he can live in a couple $100,000, $1 million house. So that's
where is Jackson? Jackson stayed at?
Jesus, child. I don't even know.
Ain't that in Alabama?
Why would you ask that question in the middle of the night? I gotta look this up.
No, it's in Alabama.
No, it's in Mississippi.
I mean, it's in Mississippi.
It's in Mississippi.
Okay.
But you did find out Terrell Owens is from Alabama.
Yeah, he look like he's from
not,
Alabama.
He's not from.
It don't give a damn. He's from Alabama.
But now this right here, the new thing it's trying to do, because they see this push for black people starting to ask for stuff directly for them. You're starting to see these politicians, and Biden did it when first he was going to allow college debt payments to return at the beginning of next year, where he got a lot of backlash, and I think he pushed it back to like March or something. So during that time when he was going to let it come back, you had a lot of people saying, this would actually help close the wealth gap. It would reduce the wealth gap.
This got progressives written all over it.
Yeah. So they're telling this person got on social media and said if they got rid of the debt, gave people debt relief from these loans, government loans.
I don't have no debt relief. How does it affect me?
And they got rid of these loans, these debts, give them debt relief, that it would close the racial wealth gap because the people who owe, say, $100,000, instead of paying that $500 monthly, they can keep that $500, which will raise their money.
What about the people that's working at the chicken plant who don't got no debt?
That's what I'm saying. So now, what's so stupid is, if I'm a black man and I have $100,000 worth of debt, right? And here's a Mexican or a Caucasian and an Asian who all also have $100,000 in debt.
We still gonna be at the same playing
field.
field.
So if you get rid of all our debt, nothing changes.
We're still at the same.
All our money rises, but the placement is still the same.
Exactly, you still at the bottom.
So the gap don't change. It gets bigger because more Caucasians and all of them are in college, so they get more. They have more wealth. Not even wealth. They have more money saved. So it actually increased the wealth gap. They
don't want you to leave the bottom. They want your black ass to stay on the bottom.
But you had a lot of those Negroes who went to college and got all this debt.
That's your fault.
But now it was. Look, I'm not necessarily against them get rid of it, but don't call that something for black people. But I saw another dude had gotten in an argument with a person who was talking about this is good for black people. He's like, man, didn't anybody tell your ass to go take that loan? Now you want us to pay that shit? Fuck that. Give us real reparations.
And that's what's be going on in these relationships. Bringing in
that
debt baggage to the relationship.
And then pay it off and then get a divorce.
Yeah, you got a master's degree and you got a this and this 4, 6, 7, 8 degrees.
Yeah.
But your ass $100,000 in debt.
Yeah.
And when you marry that person, they take on that debt.
Yep.
Like when you marry a person, they got children. Yep. Your ass got to pay child support.
That's crazy. How canceling student debt would bolster their economic recovery and reduce the racial wealth gap? They went into this bullshit. I ain't got to read it because it's bullshit.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
So they try to do an analysis to prove that if you get rid of the debt, it would according to them, reduce the racial wealth gap. But common sense says it kind of would expand it even more. And wealth is about owning assets, not just having liquid money.
They talking about everything but giving out checks. Which is the main focus of what our conversation. People are like, we just don't want to check. Yeah. You just don't want to check. But the remaining of us, we would like to have a check.
Yeah.
Now, that's just not the end of it, but that's damn sure the beginning of it.
That's a nice chunk. When we talked about that lady, the one who's a descendant of the guy, what's his name? Tamara, I forgot how you said her name.
Her descendant.
The one who sued Harvard.
Yeah.
You can go watch like 2 shows ago. But she talked about how every idea of reparations when it comes to everybody else is you give the reparations and you give an apology and then you move on to do whatever. But with black people, it can't be reparations and apology. It has to be scholarships and programs and all this other stuff.
Because when you get your check, you got to go. And when you go, this whole system is going to crash.
Well, when they give you your money, it's going to crash.
Exactly. So that's why they don't want to give it to you.
Yeah, it's... Anyway, moving on to the weekly COVID talk. Let me go ahead and get right into it. Look at this. As you can see here, both Stephen A. Smith and Jim Clyburn test positive for COVID, and they fully vaccinated. So now with the Omicron thing going on, they're saying, oh, it's even more transmissible. But they're not saying it's more deadly. They're making sure they don't say it no more. because the people in South Africa said it's mild.
Well, they've even banned. South Africa is no longer under restrictions. They're removing the ban.
Yeah, removing the ban from South Africa. Now I'm gonna read now.
Or Southern Africa, as they said.
Now listen, I know that they changed the definition of vaccine, but you would think people would have the common sense to still understand what it is. If I get vaccinated, like you keep comparing this to polio and all that stuff. You know what happens when I take a vaccine for polio and all those other things? I don't get polio. That's how that's supposed to work. So I'm gonna show you what Stephen Smith said. So now this man spent every chance he get talking shit about Kyrie Irving, who, by the way, the NBA is allowing to come back. So that tells you right there, it has nothing to do with health. Because it had to do with not let him play. But it looks crazy right now because all these NBA players are coming down with COVID and they all vaccinated. So it's like, well, it looks stupid for us to keep him out considering everybody else is vaccinated and they're getting it.
Exactly.
So we're gonna just let him come back as a part-time player like we should have done.
Seems like you would just let the variant virus just run rapid, and who survives. You know.
No, how it's supposed to work is you're supposed to vaccinate the people who are susceptible to real serious
that's your older
problems.
population.
That's your older population. Your people with diabetes, heart
kidney
problems,
failure.
You give it to them, and the healthy people, you want them to catch COVID so that they can get through it because they're healthy, and now the population will pass it on, and that's when you know it becomes weaker and weaker and weaker.
You have a super immunity to it.
Exactly, and then that's when you know you're basically dealing with what they call now a flu.
Or if you don't make it,
But if you don't make it, more than likely it's because of one of those ability.
Or you fat as hell, and you needed to lose some weight.
Stephen Smith announces on First Take he's tested positive for COVID-19. ESPN First Take commentator said on Tuesday morning's broadcast that he tested positive for COVID-19 and was experiencing mild symptoms. Before appearing on camera, Smith said he had a big announcement to share with the audience. The 54-year-old Smith, who has become one of the faces of ESPN, said he tested positive over the past weekend. He said he had tested negative numerous times on his trip to Los Angeles and upon returning to New York. I'm feeling fine, mild symptoms. Thank God I was vaccinated. Thank God I got the Pfizer vaccine, 2 shots a few months ago. I actually have a question. When have you ever, this is how you know this shit is crazy, and it's all marketing. When have you ever heard somebody say I'm vaccinated and give you the literal title of the company that they got it from? That sounded like he was basically giving a sponsorship right there.
And Pfizer is the number one, they're the number one vaccine that when you see their ads run on these platforms.
Presented by Pfizer.
I think even on
ESPN. It's all of them. So that was an endorsement.
Yeah.
Thank God I got the Pfizer vaccine.
Stephen A. Smith is a liar. You know what? Every time he lie, his hairline runs further and further back to his head. He like Pinocchio. It ain't his damn nose, it's his hairline.
And it go back instead of front.
Shit, by the end of this year, he gonna be bald.
Shit,
Look at his hairline.
He wouldn't bald years ago because of that.
Terrible.
He added that he has gotten a booster shot. He hasn't got a booster shot yet. There has been a surge of positive COVID-19 cases in the United States due to the Omicron variant, leaving sports leagues to postpone games and NHL case shut down through the Christmas holiday. After making the announcement, the show went back to a regular format, and Smith went back to what he's known for.
Talking shit about black men.
Opining about Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. Mm-hmm. So wait.
That was to take a shot at Kyrie Irving once again.
So Stephen A. Smith got the vaccine a couple months ago. Kyrie Irving decided, I don't want to do it. I'm against the mandates. I don't like how this is going. I'm not going to get it. I'm willing to sit out. And he sat out. Look, he got my respect. He sat out.
Script. There was a script.
He sits out. While he's sitting out, Stephen A. Smith is lambasting, just attacking this dude viciously.
Relentlessly.
Attacking his character relentlessly.
Then he get it.
But the person who gets COVID first is him.
And he still manages to throw shots at people.
Still.
And then goes right back on the platform talking about him again. So he went back to what he does, talking shit about black men.
So when I talk about this every week, Because if you don't point out the craziness going on around you, you'll go crazy.
Well, listen.
I'm
ain't
not
going
crazy. I see what's going on.
I'm in reality. I know why. I know why this is happening. It's fulfilling what's supposed to happen, and I'm just back enjoying and watching the show. When it's time for me to, make that choice, it'll be time. I'm just mentally preparing myself for when it's time to make that choice.
Oh, he said it's only one way out of here.
It's only one way out of here. It's only one way out of here.
Now I'm going to read what Jim Clyburn. Jim Clyburn tested positive for COVID after seeing Biden last week. So that means he was a threat to Biden too, right? Clyburn said he's fully vaccinated and asymptomatic. So, once again, people, he gets vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Because he's fully vaccinated, according to them, because the COVID vaccine reduces your level of severity, quote unquote. So because of that, he walks around people fully vaccinated and they think it's okay. And turns out he's giving it to them. Oh, I'm sorry. He has it. So what's the possibility, and the CDC has said this, that he might have spreaded it?
He done fucked up. You done fucked up. And you know you fucked up.
I ain't fuck up. That's
Okay.
on record. CDC said that.
Okay.
Matter of fact, a girl on Twitter, she said that she went out and a dude went with them and he had COVID. Now she got it.
How she know he had COVID?
Because she got it. Now clearly she talked to the dude and he said, yeah, he tested positive and still went out because
They went on a date?
No, it was a get together. They went on a date.
Oh.
It was a little get. But the point is,
they be ready to risk it all.
Because he's vaccinated, he thought, I'm good. And just went on about his day. It's like, what the fuck? But it's their fault because they told us in January and February and March that if you get vaccinated, you cannot get it. So now people who ain't paying attention to the news no more, they're like, oh, I'm vaccinated, I'm good. They out here in the streets. They out here.
Well, we know somebody who had COVID and went on with their life, living in a household with people, spreading COVID, still going out like it ain't shit.
She said you was giving it to everybody. She was damn terrorist. She said, how do you get COVID and just act like just go to work and go home and
give it to people a job, give it to people you live with, go to the grocery store, right past it.
Just going on about your day.
She went over about a day. It's the craziest shit I ever seen in my life.
I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Almost took my damn mind out of here.
Okay. House Party Whip Jim Clyburn tested positive for COVID-19 on Wednesday. He said in the statement, Clyburn, the Democrat of South Carolina, said he is asymptomatic. He said he is fully vaccinated. He held a booster shot in September. America's a new phase of the pandemic. He said no one is immune to this virus. I urge anyone who has not done so to get their vaccines and boosters. It is the best protection against severe disease and possible death. That's not what a vaccine. I'm not crazy, but I can't say it because I'm on YouTube. What world are we in where I gotta read this shit and I can't say the truth because I'm on YouTube? This is crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy. He's lying, right?
I'm not irate. I've come to the terms. I've accepted.
All right, man.
That we dealing with some fucking loonies around here. I've accepted that. Yeah. Every week the story changes. They said that we were gonna be done with this by 2022.
Now
and they moved it up to 2024. Now it says it's gonna be here forever.
Yep.
Now look at this little dice.
What he call a Beetlejuice?
You know what Lori looked like if I told that shit to her face?
She might still off.
She's like she'll still off.
Nah,
on me.
she definitely got a pistol on her.
Lori will say, "What you say, nigga? I'll flatline your ass."
I'll flatline your ass. Yeah, Lori definitely.
Lori got hands though. I can tell.
Lori like she always walk around with a pocket full of keys
and a switchblade.
All right, let me show you what Beetlejuice got to say.
Talk to everybody you know who's unvaccinated. Our future is going to depend upon whether or not they stop being hesitant and get the vaccine. I don't want to shut the economy down. I don't want to have to take other mitigation steps. We have been through hell and back in the last 20 months. Nobody wants to go back to that time, least of all me. But if we have to take drastic steps, we will take them. I hope we never, ever have to get back there again. But it really depends upon the actions that people take here and now. We are in another crisis, and we've got to act accordingly.
So basically, she shut down restaurants, all that stuff. You have to prove you're vaccinated now.
Which is what you have to do downtown Seattle too.
Yeah. So
listen, I know why they call her Beetlejuice. Cause she has on that big ass suit.
she always got these big ass suits.
She got this big ass baggy suit on. Her head look kind of big. She got the smallest of the hands. You saw her little hands.
Hold on. What Beetlejuice he compare her to?
Beetlejuice in the movie.
No. He compared her to Beetlejuice a midget. Oh shit!
That's the Beetlejuice.
How did he even know that dude? I didn't realize he calling her Beetlejuice the midget.
That dude was funny as hell. Slip nuts. What did you say? Slip nuts. Then he turn around. Pop. Oh.
Yo, that joke, I found this guy, him calling her Beetlejuice.
So he calling her the little black short
He
dude.
wasn't calling her Beetlejuice from the movie.
But she like the Beetlejuice from the movie too.
But I don't think he calling her Beetlejuice.
Damn.
Damn, that's a killer.
Damn.
If I told you where we got that from, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, remember the Beetlejuice on Scream?
No. Who we heard call her Beetlejuice. If they heard
yeah.
They'd be surprised who called her that.
Yeah, but they don't know who Beetlejuice is. Beetlejuice was in the movie. He was in a parody that the Wayne brothers has. Scream. No, what was Scary Movie?
Scary Movie
2.
Yeah.
He said, "This is your brain on drugs."
Yeah.
Son.
Yeah, shit, son.
Oh, shit, son.
All right, this is now this is her. I don't think she knows she's not getting re-election.
Yeah,
I think she knows, so she just blowing it up like whatever.
Yeah, Lori done.
You have been living without having a vaccination. It's time for a change. If you wish to live life as normally as possible, with the ease to do the things that you love, you must be vaccinated in the city of Chicago starting January 3rd. This health.
No,
I hope that nigga know how to do sign language behind her.
Oh yeah, remember that?
We'll never forget that black woman.
But let's just have a question.
Yeah.
If this is a deadly thing, this is a deadly situation. It's about health. Why would she push this off to January 3rd? Why wouldn't she say starting tomorrow?
You're right. They keep saying January 3rd.
January. It's always January.
I think it's going. You said it's not going to be lockdowns.
I told you it's not. I don't think they actually plan on doing it. What do we see up there in New York? He had a mandate. I think it went like a couple of weeks fighting it. The court struck it down. But during that time, the vaccination rate went up like 20%. He said that was the plan all along. They're not actually trying to get the mandates passed.
They playing with your mind.
They're just making you think it's going to happen. So you just go, all right, I guess they're going to mandate. Let me go take it. Then it's like, oh, no, we actually didn't do the mandate. And you go, what?
Why the fuck would I take a vaccine so I can be able to go to a movie theater and a gym? Home. Have workout stuff, and I can work out in my house. I can watch
movies on my
TV. If I want dinner, I can make my own damn dinner.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
May pose an inconvenience to the unvaccinated, and in fact is inconvenient by design.
You hear what she said? It's inconvenient by design, which means this is why don't you say January 3rd, the mandate, because by January 3rd she hoped that a certain percentage say, all right, I guess I'm gonna have to take it anyway. Let me go ahead and take it. So then January 3rd come and it's like it didn't happen, and you go, but I got it. Well, that's all we wanted.
I just never. You think people keep saying, why are y'all, if this, okay, why has it never been forced for people to take the flu shot every year? Why has that not been mandatory?
People die like
because
crazy.
People were dying like crazy over
flu shot, yeah.
Over what's it called? Pneumonia?
Yeah. That matter of fact, this is just a fact. A lot of the people who passed away from COVID, it's because of pneumonia. It lowers your immune system, and COVID causes all these other injuries. Do you have a fact
check for that?
What you mean?
You got a fact check for that?
Yeah, see? Right here.
Come on.
What? It's coronavirus.
You hoping this stick. You praying.
Coronavirus and pneumonia. Most people who get COVID-19 are mild and moderate symptoms like coughing, fever, and shortness of breath. But some who catch the new coronavirus get severe pneumonia. In both lungs, COVID-19 pneumonia is a serious illness that can be deadly.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
Some people, not all, this is WebMD.
Yeah.
I don't know how reliable WebMD is, but some people who get COVID get pneumonia, and that kills a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But what we previously were talking about is a lot of the people who, a lot of people were dying from the flu. Just 2018, people were dying from the flu. The flu killed people every year.
And I was saying,
and no mandate.
Why has there been no mandates that you have to get a flu shot? I ain't never got a flu shot ever. When I find out what they put in that shit.
Well, they said that most people get flu twice out of every 6 to 10 years.
No, I ain't never had the flu.
I ain't never had it. At least I think I had it. Something. Like you said, I had something in late 2019.
This Negro, I swear up and down that he had the COVID.
I ain't say I had COVID. I said I don't know what. Something. I had some type of bug.
And a whole bunch of niggas. Yeah, I think I had that.
I had that COVID back in.
I had that COVID.
And what everybody was saying, late 2019.
Well, it skipped me.
Maybe I had the flu though. I might have had the flu.
But you know, I like what I get I like emergency.
Oh yeah, that emergency boy.
And airborne. If I feel a
little sniffle,
I go 2-pack. It'll say just take 1 pack. I'll take 2.
All right. Speaking of Lori Lightfoot, like I said, she's not making it back to office.
No, Lori Lightfoot is done.
Hold on. Yeah, you see, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot pleads for federal government's help combating city's crime. Now remember, look.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm just making a comparison. Remember when shit was looking bad in 2020, and a certain president offered to send in help?
Oh, Mr.
And
Trump?
she denied him.
Sure did.
But now she's wants help. It's like you were
Trump
offered help.
went in on Chicago.
Yeah, he said it was a dump.
He said it was a dump. It's a crime-ridden city. That he would be on the grounds right now if the mayor called him and he would clean the city up.
I got him ready right now. Just give me the word. She was like, no, don't send your thugs in here. Now it's...
Well, she got thugs in her police department.
That's what I'm saying. Now she's saying, please give me your thugs.
This is my theory. I don't think it's that much black on black crime. I think you have police officers.
Let me say this.
They're the ones that's doing the shootouts.
I saw somebody say that they believe it's the CPD, Chicago PD, doing it. Now it's alleged. Obviously, this is
allegedly.
This is Negro conspiracy things you hear people say. There's been stories of them having vans and boxes of guns
just out in the middle,
out in alleyways and stuff.
They'll put it on a train, and the train is just left wide open.
Yeah, and people just like, okay.
That's kind of weird.
Now, we know for a fact there's a lot of gun trading that happened in the Midwest, Indiana and all those places. A lot of those white militia groups, those white power groups, they sell guns. There's a lot of gun trafficking in the area. Go look at some of these videos in Chicago. What's that guy named number 9, Rondo number 9? He in prison now for murder. The motherfucker had a damn rocket launcher. Had a picture with ask yourself a question. What is a little Negro, what a little nigga from the hood of Chicago get his hands on a rocket launcher? That's military grade. Clearly, he got it from somebody who has access to military grade.
Yeah.
So I believe a lot of these people in Chicago, particularly, keep in mind, Chicago has the same strict gun laws as New York. New York is known for their gun laws. You get caught with a gun, you're done. I'm pretty sure Chicago gun laws are about the same.
I've been saying this for years that I believe that you have police officers or militia groups or whoever pretending that they're, and we know for a fact that they have masks. They have fake
black masks. Yeah. When they rob banks and stuff, they put on these fake black. Also, you brought up a good point with the police officer. The police officers are trapping guns too. The police officers are trafficking guns as well. And obviously, like you said at first, a lot of these killings is cops. I think people.
How's it every weekend? Every weekend you know there's gonna be
shootings.
But you don't go to the neighborhood and like stake out and wait for something to happen. You just wait to the end to come in.
There was a report released a little while ago where they told that there was gangs in the police forces, literal gangs. Was it Detroit where a gang was a police officer gang that was drug trafficking. They had prostitution, everything. The cops were a gang. They were doing prostitution, selling drugs, gun trafficking, and one of them snitched. And they got caught up. There are gangs. We know LAPD might be the most notorious police force in America. The only one close is NYPD. LAPD is known for being the most, taking pictures of people's bodies, joking about it, the gang membership. A lot of those dudes are MS-13s and Crips and Blood. A lot of those people are in the gang, are in the police force. You got sets in, like the military. There's sets in the military. But you know. Mayor Lightfoot promised transparency but has yet to release reports on major investigations. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on with Chicago politics because you know who is involved. Obama is involved. His hands are still all over Chicago.
That's the wizard.
He's the wizard behind the curtain. So, some more drama is still happening with the Juicy Smollett case. It ain't over. He was found guilty, but
Juicy Smollett.
It ain't over. This person right here said, it's now or never for Kim Foxx to explain herself on a Smollett case. The report on Special Prosecutor Dan Webb included such terms as substantial abuse of discretion, breaches in obligations of honesty, and major failure. Those are not terms that Foxx can shrug off. This is Cook County State Attorney Kim Foxx's last chance to regain the public's trust. She's not off to a good start. On Monday, a 60-page report by Special Prosecutor Dan Webb was released saying Foxx and her top assistants repeatedly made procedural and ethical missteps and tried to mislead the public when they handled the case of Empire star Juicy Smollett, who falsely claimed he was a victim of a hate crime. The report included such terms as substantial abuse of discretion. We just read all that. That's a pretty stiff indictment on an office that is crucial to a safety of the city and the county. Those are not terms that Foxx can shrug off. The public's perception of her integrity and competence as a high-level government official is fully at stake. The Smollett case became controversial when Fox's office mysteriously dropped all charges against the celebrity, something that Foxx has yet to explain to anyone's satisfaction. Webb led a subsequent prosecution to which a jury convicted Smollett of staging an attack. The case is over, but the controversy will not die down easily. The former court of justice with a petition for the appointment of Special Prosecutor Shirley O'Brien on Monday called for Foxx to resign. Even if Foxx doesn't, she might face discipline from the Attorney Registration Disciplinary Commission. They're not done. So, he faked this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They used this to pass a law, LGBT lynching law. People just get over that. A call was allegedly made.
From Michelle Obama?
No.
Barack Obama.
Somebody. We're not going to say names. Allegedly. The cases were dropped. And people were like, what? And these white people were not having it. So they fought for it, got a special prosecutor, got him, going to trial. He know he's going to get found guilty. Why don't he say guilty? Why don't he go ahead and just confess? They take him to trial. He's found guilty like everybody know. Now they're going after her, saying, why was this even dropped? So was the entire goal to get that bill passed, or is it something deeper?
I think it's something deeper, but I can't really say what
Can't speculate now. I think we'll know what happened to her. If she get busted, she's a fall guy.
Well, maybe she already knew she was going to be the fall guy.
Maybe so. But if she gets fired or have to resign and become disgraced and got to go, she's the fall guy. And that tells me Juicy Smollett, that's going to get a real smack on the hand. If nothing happens to her, then yeah, Juicy, his career's already over, but his career's over.
I would say that.
The only way he can come back is if he do something like a parody movie, like Scary Movie, and make fun of himself. They've done that. Every washed up celebrity ends up in a Scary Movie movie. Charlie Sheen did it. Mike Tyson did it when he wanted to clean his image up. Remember that? When people forget. People hated Mike Tyson in the 80s and 90s. He was called a rapist, a a terrible person, all this other stuff.
Woman
He disappeared. Actually, no. It was Hangover that cleaned up Mike Tyson's image.
Yeah.
But he was in Scary Movie as well. So a lot of those actors who are disgraced, they in the movie to make fun of themselves at some point, and then they kind of get back in. I don't know how he gonna get in, but he gonna have to be a parody.
Kid, there's a way, there's a how.
But if Kim, let me say this, we set the tone. We're not gonna speculate too much. If Kim Fox go down, she's the fall woman in this case. And she's gonna mean more to this than people even know. But yeah, let me go ahead and I'm gonna show the clip of him talking about it. Because when they dropped this case, it made no sense. It was like, wait, there's no way they're gonna let him get away with this. Everybody went on that.
Well, white people weren't gonna let him get away with it.
Hell, niggas didn't want to get caught. It was just like,
We know
he
lying.
did it. We know you lying, but
We know you lying.
All right, man, you got away with it, I guess. Let me show you what they had to say.
Special Prosecutor Dan Webb found major failure in how the Cook County State's Attorney's Office handled the Jussie Smollett case. The 60-page report released Monday cites misleading statements, quote, substantial abuses of discretion and other potential ethics concerns, though it found no evidence of criminal wrongdoing. This as Fox's office dismissed Smollett's original case with lenient terms and no admittance of guilt from Smollett. Earlier today, I spoke with Dan Webb for an exclusive one-on-one interview. I began by asking him what he found most concerning during his probe into the handling of the Smollett case and sudden dismissal of charges in 2019.
When I did my investigation, as you can tell from the report, I've laid out significant evidence that that the office then, cannot explain how this came about. The two decision makers, Mr. McGatz, Ms. Lanier, both say the other one actually is the one that negotiated the resolution. So it's just a massive confusion, an operational failure as to how something like this could happen when every single leader in that office or had formerly been in the office, we interviewed 43 of them. Every one of them said, this is unheard of unless you have some substantial change of evidence, and that could happen. Every one of them said that didn't happen here. There was not a single fact that changed. Zero.
Wait, is her staff throwing her under the bus? The staff is saying, yeah, we don't know what happened. We don't know why she did this. Oh,
Shit, they said they can't lose their government job.
They like, I ain't letting this go.
I just got this vaccine and all this for her? Hell no.
Bullshit.
They dismissed the case, and then they went out and lied to the public about it and tried to pretend as if the reason they dismissed it was because they had all this precedent in the office of 5,700 similar cases that had been dismissed just like this one was, when in fact I gave them a subpoena, the office. I said, I want to see any case you relied upon as a president to do this. They couldn't produce a single case, and yet they lied to the public and said they had 5,700 similar cases. Right. I just think that was an operational failure of a fairly big magnitude.
So wait, I wonder if those 57 other cases were false allegations. So wait, if you falsely accuse somebody, maybe it was a domestic dispute, and she lied and said, or he lied and said she hit him, or he lied and said she hit her. Did they compare those things and say, well, these people that lied on their partner or they, friend or whatever, we let them off with a slap on the hand. This is comparable to lying. It's a false statement. Let's just slap us on the hand, compare it to that.
Well, the problem with Jussie Smollett, they went on a search for this person, and they ended up using resources and police.
That's why
somebody whooping somebody falsely.
Well, let me say this: the cops knew it was bullshit. They knew it immediately.
Well, dude, this is a script.
Just hold on.
We just going along with it.
Hold on. The cops, they're investigators. They know this is bullshit. Do they really mind being forced to sit in their car for a few extra hours for overtime? Because this was a high-profile case. You got to find who did this. They went out on the street, parked on the side of the street, ate some donuts, and lay back in their car. We know damn well they ain't go look for nobody.
No, they've just, yeah.
They went and sat in their cars. When they say resources spent, they mean overtime being paid to officers. Remember in North Carolina, by the way, in Rayford, there were officers who were cheating the system for overtime, for extra money.
That was a messenger, what's it called? The magister?
Magister, I forgot you said.
The word, it's on my tongue. I just can never pronounce.
Magisterial, I forgot you said. But yeah, they were still in overtime. So this officer, do they really mind?
No, they didn't mind.
I think the publicity was, oh my God, your city allowed a man to do this hate crime. Y'all gonna find him, or y'all too racist to find him? Maybe that was a bad look on the public image.
That was a bad look on the public image.
But they did not mind
the city of Chicago.
They didn't mind the overtime.
The hell, they already got bad images.
Yeah,
so
pretty bad already.
Right. They went out to the public, talked to us and other press outlets, basically saying this was consistent with so many other cases when your report finds that it was not. And also, Kim Foxx herself is interviewed by the OSP's office. She says she's surprised at the lenient dismissal, saying, quote, I think the kind of negotiation, let's get rid of that guy at the expense of really what his actions did to the city, shortchanged, I think, accountability the city deserves.
So she's saying, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't negotiate it. So why?
Whether the final decision then was made by Mr. McGatz or Ms. Lanier, does your report find any definitive reason for why they did what they did?
Absolutely not. That obviously is what I was trying to figure out, and I can't. I mean, I've laid all the facts out. That's what everyone testified to. No one wants to admit who actually cut the deal.
Exactly. So none of them will admit who did it, which means they know exactly who did it, and they're all covering for each other
until it's time.
So they weren't throwing her under the bus or throwing anybody under the bus. They all defending each other. Like, we don't know who did this
until it's time to.
Yeah, somebody. There's so many people. Somebody gonna tell somebody and go, yeah, they're lying, and so and so cut the deal.
That's why as people start showing up, committed suicide or
they feel so guilty for lying, they commit suicide.
Somebody got ran over by crossing the street,
shot himself in the head twice.
Yeah.
Oh Lord!
A lot of freak accidents start happening.
Crazy shit happen when people be dealing with certain people.
Somebody fell from a 12-story building.
He threw himself off a building.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. Sarcasm. Nobody likes sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Judge blocks Biden's COVID-19 vaccine mandate for federal contractors in 10 states.
What are those 10 states? Sleepy.
I don't know. I think one of them Florida, but I don't know. But 10 states. So now people that work for companies that have deals with the government, 10 of those states are not going to force you to be vaccinated. Now, if you have it
says Missouri's one too.
Okay. For instance, airports, they have deals with the government. Is it based off what a headquarters is, or does it count for your airport, where your airport is?
For what?
So if you have an airport in a certain, let's say they may do a mandate, right, for people who work for an airplane company, but I'm in a state that blocks this, but I work for your airplane company. Do I not have to take it? Or is it based off where your headquarters is?
I don't think it's based off where the headquarters is.
So let's say I work for Southwest and Cali, but the mandate comes down, and I'm in one of the states where you have to take it. I'm in one of the states where you have to take it, but the headquarters is based in the state where you don't. Do I go based off the company or based off the state I'm in?
I think you go based off the state.
So if the company's saying you got to get vaccinated, but I'm in a state that says no, we blocking this, I don't have to take it, and I still get to keep my job.
I believe so.
We'll see how long that lasts. They'll find a way to get around that shit, circumvent that.
Mr. Donald Trump.
Yeah, Trump pissed it off.
Look at that hair, just look like dog shit.
Trump pissed off a segment, not most. I won't even say most. He pissed off a little segment of his supporters.
But you said what I was gonna say.
What you mean?
He's trying to get that moderate Democrat vote.
So Trump knows that his base ain't going nowhere. His base is not voting for the other side. So I can say what I want to say and try and, because there's so much fear around this, I'm going to speak against any skepticism from the vaccines to convince the moderates to come on this side. He's not against vaccines. I can vote for him.
Some of them might fall for it.
Oh, they will. So Trump doubles down on vaccine advocacy, dismisses Candace Owens' skepticism. Trump called all 3 vaccines very, very good. During the exchange, referring to the inoculations offered by Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson.
Well, he
Now,
would say all the vaccines are very good because he considers himself
the godfather, the king, the father of the vaccine.
he created the vaccines.
So I'm wondering, why does the media keep saying he's anti-vaccine? He's
When
against
never said-
mandates.
He's against
Man,
federal
Yeah.
governments coming in and telling states.
what to do?
He said, leave it up to the states to decide what they want to do.
No. He said people now.
Yeah.
He's not saying no mandates. Take it if you want to, but great vaccine. Now, he put Johnson & Johnson in there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't the CDC or was it FDA? Which one? That came out and said,
One of them.
we recommend you take Pfizer and Moderna over Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, we talked about that in the last podcast, and you just said, you said that Johnson & Johnson said, fuck you, we ain't paying you no money.
Yeah, we're not paying look, we the only one that you only got to take one shot.
We're
the
not
only
making
one-
as much money as they make.
Yeah, we the only one where you ain't got to, we're not
And we got lawsuits up to our neck, baby.
we not an mRNA vaccine, so there's a lot of people that don't trust yours, so they'll take ours. So you can't get rid of us. You can't get rid of the original. That's just they used to paying lawsuits, so they're like, let us get in on this, and whenever it happens,
When it canceling the baby powder?
that's the crazy part.
Jesus.
Remember what they
Allegedly.
did? You remember what they did?
What?
They built a fake company, put all of the lawsuits on that company, and filed for bankruptcy, so they ain't got to pay. You know how this country allows that?
Cancer in the baby. You know, people put, the baby powder on the baby's little private areas.
Yeah.
You know, women get a little sweaty underneath they.
So niggas put that shit there. Niggas get a little sweaty.
Where?
Niggas use baby powder. Growing
Where?
up, niggas used to use baby powder.
Put the baby
What you
powder.
mean where?
Where?
What you mean where? Why you keep asking the same question?
Because
You lost?
I'm lost.
We
in
all
the-
lost in Seattle. Niggas use baby powder when I was niggas.
For
used to
what?
use- I mean for what? Niggas get sweaty.
On your armpit?
Why you no, you know not. why you just want to hear it or something?
I know women use it, under their,
Niggas use it too.
in between their,
Mm-hmm.
tits.
Tits. Tits up. Trump. Former President Donald
That's
Trump.
what happens when you fuck with the clit. You go tits up.
Former President Donald Trump was effusive in his praise of the coronavirus vaccine in a recent interview with Daily Wire's Candace Owens, telling Owens that the vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind. He overdo it every time.
Who?
Trump.
He extra.
Owens began by asking Trump about vaccine mandates, citing Big Pharma as a huge topic on the minds of mothers especially. Trump quickly restated opposition to mandates. People have to have their freedoms before pivoting to extol the benefits of the vaccine. Trump called all 3 vaccines. We read that.
He loved the word very.
Very,
very
very
good.
Very, very good. It took them less than 9 months when it was supposed to take 5 to 12 years.
Which is what it should have been.
It should have. To create safe and effective vaccines per the former president. Owens observed that more people have died under COVID this year, by the way, under Joe Biden than under you. More people took the vaccine this year, so people are questioning how.
Wasn't it Operation Warp Speed for the viruses? This is what Trump
The
coined.
vaccine.
Yep.
At that point, Trump interjected, insisting that it is mostly the unvaccinated who are experiencing serious sickness. The ones that get very sick and go to the hospital are the ones that don't take the vaccine. If you take the vaccine, you're protected. The vaccine worked, but some people aren't taking it. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki praised Trump for his defense of the vaccine in a Thursday tweet during her press briefing later that day.
Wow. So hold on. You got Biden's administration praising Donald Trump.
No, she's trying to make it seem like it's a shot at him by he's not changing his tune. He's been saying this since he literally announced Operation Warp Speed. Yeah, I remember when I first said this a few months ago, I was like, Trump is pro-vaccine. Dude in the comments says Trump he's not pro-mandate. I said, I didn't say he's pro-mandate. He's for the vaccine.
They try to combine the two.
It's not the same.
You can be pro-vaccine and not be
mandates.
pro-mandates. He's never been that.
He's never been for mandate. He's always been pro-vaccine. Trump comments come just a few days after he revealed during the event with commentator Bill O'Reilly that he had received a booster shot from the coronavirus. CDC data shows that being inoculated against the virus significantly reduces the risk of severe illness and death. Remember when it would significantly reduce your chance of getting it? Now I just reduce illness and death. We'll see when that wall fall. Will that wall ever fall? How long we got? I'm gonna show the clip.
Look at Candace Owens.
Lord, I thought she was the worst one, but no, it's the other dude.
Yeah. I don't know. She said something.
Oh, she said something about slavery or something.
No. She said something that made her worse than him. You said it 2 weeks ago. She said something about black people are known for violence.
Oh yeah, black people are the how you said the killers in America, the biggest killers in America, or something like that.
Your baby father.
Your baby father.
Big pharma, which is a huge topic on the minds of mothers, especially. You're seeing what's happening at these school board meetings. Where do you stand on these vaccine mandates? And obviously, I know that you are pro-vaccine. Obviously, you did everything you could to get this vaccine out. I know where you stand on the vaccine.
It was one of the greatest achievements. We did it in less than 9 months.
To be able to do that.
Yeah,
but now it's taken a twist, right? It's gotten, now we went from this is a good thing and people should have this option to military men, you're going to have to resign because you're not getting this vaccine. Where do you stand on that?
Well, I stand on, forget about the mandates, that people have to have their freedom, but at the same time.
Why did Trump go to Candace Owens? For the most part, most politicians have stayed away from her. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Her rhetoric has forced a lot of Republican politicians to stay away from her. Only the fringe, commentators and stuff like that talk to her. Why did Trump pick Candace Owens? Did he really think this is going to help boost his black vote?
Because black women don't really fuck.
They don't fuck with Candace Owens.
But Candace Owens, man. Poor Candace Owens. She did what you remember Friday?
Yeah.
His sister?
Yeah. Who?
She didn't want to get her hair messed up, so she slept like that.
Oh yeah.
She had to sleep with her forehead up. That's what Candace did the night before, because she with that white man. She can't, no edges, no BDBs, nothing. She was like, I got to do this press conference with Trump. I can't. Please don't let her roll up.
But why? Why did he pick her though? Once again, most of these people, most politicians, don't really associate with her.
Fox News. She stay on Fox News.
I'll say politicians don't. Commentators and stuff, yeah. Because she always go on their shows and say the most controversial things she could think of. And by the way, since they constantly talk about how race is not a factor, why is it you only get invited on their show when you're here to talk about race?
Well, she didn't talk about race in this interview.
No. I'm talking about on commentator shows. They only bring you on to talk about race.
Because she's a bed wench.
The vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind. We would have had a 1917, remember the 9 months, it was supposed to take 5 to 12 years.
And yet more people have died under COVID this year, by the way, under Joe Biden, than under you. And more people took the vaccine this year. So people are questioning how.
Well, no, the vaccine worked, but some people aren't taking it. The ones that get very sick and go to the hospital are the ones that don't take the vaccine. But it's still their choice. And if you take the vaccine, you're protected. Look, the results of the vaccine are very good. And if you do get it, it's a very minor form. People aren't dying when they take the vaccine.
This is the one of the few times where Trump sounds like he's saying talking points. Like he's just knocking out the talking points one by one. It's like this is bullshit.
But I think Candace was expecting for him to come on and be.
But she couldn't because she heard
script. Once again, these people just.
That can't be the point because he just said with Bill O'Reilly that he's for it and he took.
But she kind of looking at him like, I didn't think you were gonna say this.
Well, she should. She pivoted well though. She didn't challenge him.
No, she didn't.
Didn't challenge him.
Masking of children. That's a big one for moms right now.
I think it's a terrible thing.
That flies in the face of science. The kids have a virtual 0% chance of dying of COVID, and yet they're insisting on these vaccine mandates. On these masking mandates, and now even the vaccine mandates for small children. And what's going on there? I
think what's happening is you look at the masks where Fauci and a lot of other people said masks don't mean anything. All of a sudden he becomes a radical masker. Great. I don't like to see the kids with the masks on. They're sitting in school. They have a hard enough time sitting in school.
Looks like China. I've been to China.
And yet China's education system's a hell of a lot better than ours. You know what?
Wow, Trump just throw America on the damn butt.
Let me tell you something. When the election was going on, a lot of people accused Biden, his family, of a connection to China. But Trump family has just as many ties to China. Now he got this new media company coming out that's funded by Chinese businesses.
No, his granddaughter.
His granddaughter was singing a song to the president, Xi Jinping, calling him grandfather.
In Mandarin.
In their language, Mandarin.
In their language.
So, I mean, both sides seem...
She was like, ding na, ding na. And they were like, very smart, very good. She would get the A+.
We're rated number 2 or 3, and we're rated number 44.
But masking children, I mean,
No, it's bad.
the way it looks, right?
Candace didn't challenge nothing he was saying. Good Lord.
That's a white man.
She whoop, 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 let that shit go. When she
That would
dies,
have been a
all
black
that
man.
heat. She don't go near.
She said, nigga, what did you say?
Nigger what? What's this
Damn,
nigger?
she would have put the ER on it.
What is this nigger talker doing?
Thank God I don't deal with you guys.
Jesus Christ. Jigaboos.
Wannabe.
No. What you call them? Spooks?
Spooks.
Damn, spooks. All right. Now, speaking of this mandate, this guy went to a Panera Bread and he didn't have a vaccine card. And the man was arrested. Now, this is normal. We've seen this shit in Australia, Germany. Was it France? I think Italy, one of those. This is in America. Let me just show y'all this.
This is in New York.
You don't deserve to touch that flag, sir. Give him the flag. The flag does not touch the ground. The flag does not touch the ground. The Constitution. The Constitution of the United States has been violated. I cannot eat, and my sisters and brothers cannot work. And the NYPD, I'm not resisting. I'm complying 100%. No weapons, no bras, no ammo. No weapons, no bras, no ammo. No weapons, no bras, no ammo. No weapons, not violence. You listen to hold the flag up. Hold the flag up. Stop being tough on me. Yo, we got it, man. We got the flag, man. We got it. Outside. Sir. Outside.
I like to know what's going to happen for my money. I'm not protesting. I want my food that I ordered. I'm a paying customer with the receipt already. If I don't get my money back, there's going to be a problem here, officer. Can I take care of your order? Yes, you can. Thank you very much. Come on. I expect my order. I'm a paying customer. I ordered already. I don't understand why I'm not getting my food, officer. Where's my food? I'm an American who deserves to eat their food. Excuse me, I want my food.
Why they get kicked out? Because they're not wearing masks?
Allegedly, it's because the guy didn't have a vaccine passport.
No, I'm talking about the one.
Vaccine pass. What do you mean?
I'm talking about the one that said he had already paid.
Well, they're making everybody leave out now.
Oh, okay.
I guess obviously he was with them.
Or they make him leave because he recorded.
So anybody that was with that dude, they make him leave too.
No, he was recording.
Yeah, he was with him, recording. That's what I'm saying. So they made everybody who was with him leave. Now, this was I guess he's some white, Hispanic, whatever, that were doing this, probably former military. What happens when a black man or woman goes to a grocery store, a restaurant, anything, without a vaccine pass, and they don't got time for the bullshit, and they say, fuck that, give me my food, I already paid you, I ain't got time for this. They call the cops get there, they're like, man, I don't got time for this, just give me my food, I'll leave. Stuff happen, next thing you know, pop. What? It's gonna be a weird world when a black man or woman gets shot by the cops for not having a vaccine pass, and you have Republicans saying you killed an innocent man. He just wanted his food. It's somebody black man or black woman. The Republicans are going to be defending the victim, the black person that gets shot, and the Democrats are going to be saying they should have had a vaccine pass.
Yeah. It's to be the old switcheroo.
Oh, I don't want it to happen, but I definitely want to see how that's going to go down. The first time somebody gets shot for not having a vaccine pass and starting, quote unquote, starting confusion, how quickly are those sides going to come to those lines where the Republicans are going to defend the person that was shot and the Democrats are going to defend the officers, saying he should be vaccinated? That's going to be a weird turn.
I definitely foresee that happening.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Because listen, this is this nigga theory. I don't want to see nobody get shot.
I don't want to see it, but we know it's going to happen. It's America. We see it in other countries.
I think that's going to be Republicans' talking points for them. And I think the Democrats' talking points are going to be, like he said, they should have been vaccinated. They should have had the passport. They should have did all these things. And the Republican will be like, what? Out of all the times.
He actually didn't do anything here. So let me show y'all another video. Now, you was talking about when you were coming on your way.
Oh.
You saw lines.
They done ramped it up again. Now, just like this video that the clip we're about to play, is the same thing going on here in Seattle. They have a whole bunch of new COVID-19 testing sites open. I think I saw like 2 or 3 new ones. And there's literally one up the street that if you come around a certain part of the day, the line stretches about 3 or 4 blocks.
Yeah.
Total inconvenience.
Now, Biden recently announced 500 million rapid test kits to give away. Then he said he wished he would have thought of this months ago. The problem is, with that statement that he wished we would have thought of it months ago, is he did think about it months ago. If you remember when he announced his vaccine mandate, he said he was going to purchase $280 million worth of vaccine test kits. He never did. So people are going to stores having to use their own money to purchase these test kits. And you have to have a negative test kit to get in some of these places. I know it's a negative test kit. You have to have a negative test to get in some of these businesses.
So you got to purchase your own test now.
So, but they're running out because people want to go out. So people are buying the hell out of these things, buying 2, 3 at a time so they can have enough. And next thing you know, they can't order them from the store.
But how?
It's a Ponzi game. You gonna make me buy my own test?
How desperate are you that you are paying
for my own test?
For your own test.
To go into a building to spend more money.
It's like,
so they make money on every level. You know when the schools were locked down, who loved that? I'm sorry, when we was on lockdown, you know who really loved the lockdowns? Microsoft. So guess what? People were using their system to do schooling. You know who else is happy? Amazon. Everybody was ordering from home.
Well, they still ordering.
That's the point. People got used to it now. People don't even go to people. I'd rather order. Only time people might leave their house now is to go shopping for food.
Yeah, even before COVID, people.
It wasn't like it was during COVID though. You know how much money they made? Billions. I think Bill Gates made something like $20 billion. They made so much money during this lockdown.
I mean, you have your people that like to go into places like to try on clothes.
Yeah.
Because it's better. You know, sometimes you order something on Amazon, you think it's a large.
And you know,
you really got a medium.
You go into the comments, they saying if you plump or not.
That's why people literally like going to the store so they can try on clothes. But hell, you can send it back and get it back in maybe 2 or 3 days, you know, switch the size out. So
game has changed.
Listen, I ain't paying for no test kit to go nowhere.
But now
I stay at home.
They're trying to give test kits to people because their stores are running out and people ain't got time to, some people ain't got enough money to buy it. I can't waste money buying no test kit. And I don't got time to wait hours at a test site that's around a block. So people go, fuck it. Just do what they want to do. Now this is the video of the line. Look at this. These long ass lines.
Yeah. But it's the opposite. Here they be in cars. On the road.
Remember when they was in cars and they would flying drones to the car and they were putting scanning on the drone and the drone would keep going. You go,
shit, we that far? Damn.
We that far.
Damn.
We so far, it's crazy. People just oblivious to it.
They just let shit go over their head like that. You have drones that are coming to cars scanning.
It's crazy. So these lines alone, like you said, it's not even cars. This is
people.
So this more people because it's not just cars. It's just more people.
They literally, you may see like 60, 70, 80, 90 cars.
Yeah, but this is a couple of hundred people.
But sometimes there's like 2 or 3 people in the car.
Yeah. So
So
look at this right here. Now we knew this was gonna happen pretty fast. Now didn't they just announce this? I can't be crazy. It had like 4 or 5 months they announced this. Actually, no, I'm lying.
It's in February.
Yeah, they announced it in February. So,
but they made it clear around June or July that they was coming. The pills.
Yeah, they really put it forth that they were doing this.
And now it's here.
December is here. So
winter's here.
Yeah, wait, where's the testing? You test this in a year?
The people that's gonna be taking these pills is the testing.
Okay.
It's like the people taking the vaccine testing.
Pause. So I don't understand. In 1 year, well, these damn ads. God damn.
That's why we left TV.
But look at this. It's still loading. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration on Thursday authorized Micheal's antiviral pill, how you say it, Molnupiravir, how you say it, to treat COVID-19 on the treatment of a mild to moderate coronavirus disease in the adults with positive results of direct SARS-CoV-2 viral testing and who are at high risk for progression to severe COVID-19, including hospitalization or death, and for whom alternative COVID-19 treatment options authorized by the FDA are not accessible for clinically appropriate. This is the second COVID-19 antiviral pill authorized for ill people to take at home. What's the other one? We didn't even catch the other one.
What other one?
This is the second COVID-19 antiviral pill authorized for ill people to take at home. Before they get, I've been looking. I ain't see this. Before they get sick enough to be hospitalized, Meg has an agreement with the U.S. government for the companies to supply with 3.1 million courses of opponents. I don't remember the other one. It got by with a 13-10 vote at the end of November after the show. I don't remember the first one.
I remember them saying they had a pill coming out.
Yeah,
February.
I don't remember them approving.
I never remember them saying they were doing a testing on people, but
we might
maybe that went over our heads.
Yeah, maybe we talked about it and we just forgot about it because it's so much.
We ain't talk about forget about shit.
We might
didn't say shit about it. I ain't about to pretend it.
You think they just did it with no
yeah.
intent about it?
That's what I believe.
I'm gonna assume it is out there, and we just didn't look. We just didn't catch it. I don't know.
You know what happens when you assume?
I gotta show this one because I don't want them to say I'm lying. I'm gonna show this one. Y'all gonna see this one. Omicron symptoms. God have mercy. Yeah. Okay. Omicron symptoms, what it look like to come, what to look out for from new COVID variant. This is 7 hours ago. Latest strain manifests itself in slightly different ways to original coronavirus, which was often difficult to differentiate from common cold without testing. Just let that sit. Just let that marinate. Let me read it again. Latest strain manifests itself in slightly different ways to original coronavirus, which was often difficult to differentiate from common cold without testing. It's a damn shame. COVID is here for good, scientist says. The rest remains unpredictable. COVID could take on a similar of the flow of the flu. There's plenty left to figure out about just how severe and disruptive it will continue to be. Mm-hmm. So now they already said this. We heard them saying this in June. How this is not going nowhere. It's going to be like the flu season every year. You have a COVID.
But the only difference is it's all year long.
Yeah, possibly.
It's every 6 months.
But it might be worse in the winters, like they said, the dark winter.
Winter's coming.
So
they love that line from Game of Thrones.
So listen to me. If it's not going anywhere, and they've said you cannot vaccine your way out of this, what's the point of mandates?
Control, power.
The NBA, the NFL right now might end up shutting down again because people are just popping up. Whole teams is getting sick. They all vaccinated, allegedly. So what's the point of mandating on them? All right. Just leave that there. Here's another story that slipped through the cracks. Facebook quietly admits its third-party fact checks are opinions. So you know how when you
They damn sure won't let you have no opinions on their platform.
Sure won't. You know how you be on any social media platform and you say something and they'll put, these fact checks and
misinformation.
The exclamation point warning. This may be misinformation.
Facebook is notorious for that shit.
They're now admitted in the courts that somebody sued them for a fact check. Oh, these are our third-party opinions. Listen to this. Facebook admitted that its so-called fact-checking program is actually cranking out opinions used to censor certain viewpoints. In the latest legal battle with TV journalist John Stossel over a post about the origins of the deadly 2020 California forest fires, Facebook, now rebranded and referred to as Meta, claims that its fact-checking program should not be target of a defamation suit because its attempts to regulate content are done by third-party organizations who are entitled to their opinion. So listen to their argument. It's genius. Let's say that I tweet or I go on Facebook and I post, the sky's blue. And they fact check me and say, actually, it's not blue. That's just a reflection, all that stuff. And I come and sue them for saying, no, it's blue. Look, they can say, actually, we did not defame you. They have a right to give an opinion on your post, but call it a fact check.
Facts are something that's proven to be true.
True. But
so
their argument is, I'm allowed to give an opinion to your fact and call my opinion a fact, to fact check you.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
They might win. Who knows? Stasso's original complaint questioned whether Facebook and its vendors defame a user who posts factual, accurate content when the publicly announced that the content failed to fact check and is partly false, and by attributing to the user false claim that he never made. Facebook, however, claimed that the counter article authored by Climate Feedback is not necessarily a tech giant's responsibility. Facebook went on to complain that Stasso's problem isn't with the Silicon Valley giant's labels or its content, or his content, but with the obscure organization that Facebook employs to do its fact-checking dirty work. The labels themselves are neither false nor defamatory. To the contrary, they constitute protected opinion. They're arguing a fact check is okay because it's an opinion. Did you hear what they're doing? They're arguing that a fact check on somebody's thing, calling them a liar, is okay because my fact check is my opinion. A fact is not an opinion. What the fuck is going on? This is in court. I'm going crazy in this world. We at the beginning stages of the psychosis. I keep saying this. And I'm already feel like I'm insane reading this shit.
No, I ain't got there yet.
And Facebook admitting here that the fact checks are not really fact checks at all. They're merely opinion assertions. Also, by Facebook claiming its labels constitute opinions, that doesn't make it a publisher. It's no secret that Facebook uses the fact-checking program to curb information that it wants to be censored, and this November lawsuit gives more insight into the big tech company's methods and twisted rationale. Just think about it for a second. I can fact check you with my opinion. This place is done. This place is done. Oh, this is another thing. Saying what we said earlier. It's gonna beat a dead horse. With Omicron, many vaccinated Americans will at some point test positive. Here's what it do. So what? Why?
Nigga, move on. We already know the answer.
I'm gonna beat this dead horse. I'm sorry. I'm gonna beat the dead horse.
Christ.
Just because you get sleepy.
Just talking about this shit. Damn, we get it.
Well, I'm gonna skip these then. Fuck it.
Though people are like, no, fuck Travis, keep going.
Well, all I'm gonna talk about next is in Houston, they found Omicron in their wastewater. In every last one of their wastewater, almost all of them.
Oh, don't tell me they done started putting shit in the water and re-drinking it.
We can't. I'm just saying. Now there was a.
I'm wide awake now.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Let me say this. There's a theory.
Hold on now. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna watch my words. There's a theory that you should watch your food. Let's leave it there. You should watch your food. You know, they put hormones and stuff in your food anyway. It's unhealthy. That's enough. That's a damn shame. Good Lord, good Lord. Right,
riddle me this, riddle me that.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. All right, here we go. Now this is the final one on let me see, make sure. That's just not, I ain't gonna lie. COVID-19 in Sweden, a vaccine passport on a microchip implant. They've already moved so far in these other countries. I remember seeing a few years ago them talking about microchips to get into a company. Remember that? There was a company over in Sweden or something like that, Germany, where their employees could only get in the building if they were vaccinated.
I thought they did a test here in the United States like that.
I don't know if it was in the United States. It might have been. That was like 4 years ago, wasn't it?
3 or 4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago, where they had a thing where there was a company.
They keep bringing up this.
You're right. It was in America too. It was one in America and one over there somewhere in Europe.
They trying their best to get this microchip shit going on. They trying their best. Why they keep bringing this up?
Now, the reason why they're going this direction is you can lie about getting vaccinated. The fake vaccine. You can lie.
Because you can't lie if it's underneath your skin.
So only way they can know you're telling the truth is if I put your medical data walking around with you.
And you got to scan.
And you got to scan and approve it. You can't lie on that.
Which is the B system.
So now all these people that are pro-passport mandates, what happens when people start doing what they're going to do and beating the system and using fake pass cards and the government says, so many fake passports, we got to do something further.
And you know the people going to go along with it. Like
they're going to say, you know what? Your phone. First thing I say, put on your phone, your information on your phone. You scan your phone.
They'll come up with some shit that.
Then they say, oh, that's not working. You need the chip.
The chip?
And then people going to say, chip. Mark it up. And then that's when it's going to flip tits up, right? That's when it's really going to be tits up.
Tits up.
So let me show the clip of them talking.
To have a COVID passport.
Talking about
to brush your teeth
microchip.
in the morning.
You must microchip.
Exactly. I said it the first time. She scanned a fucking arm and she still had to put a code in. What was the point? Fucking dumbasses.
They farther. And by the way, there's another thing I forgot.
And this is in 1998. He was the first person, quote unquote.
The first person got chipped in 1998.
So it was actually in 1960.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Military members probably been chipped since the 1800s, maybe. Well, you know what? I'd be nice and say 1940s, 50s.
I said the 60s.
Well, they brought all those Nazi scientists over here in the 40s and 50s. So I say around then. That's when they introduced the microchip to the military.
Whenever they tell you a number, go back 50 years.
Yeah. Or when they introduce anything. When they introduce anything, go. Didn't not JFK, FDR, one of them had a damn iPad. They had cell phones on planes back in the. Look, man, they were way more advanced than they said they were. They had touch screen stuff in the damn 80s already, but they didn't give it to you till like 2008, 10. That's when they gave it to you. Also, another place that's trying to do this, but they're doing it with cell phones. They're doing it more. I'm sorry, no, they're doing it with your hand. Amazon. Remember the Amazon store thing?
Oh, Amazon would definitely be. I think they're gonna do it to their employees for sure.
If you go to some of these Amazon stores, they keep showing these commercials. They just take their hand and wave it over something to identify themselves. And people gonna run in the store, just take stuff and run. But they already got their technology and they stuff.
Amazon give you clear book bags and bags when you work there. They don't trust your ass.
They don't
for
trust
shit.
no damn body.
They have you know how they had a women in the crack houses working butt naked?
Yeah,
that's how Amazon is.
You gotta treat your whole.
Unless you slipping it in the crack of your ass, you ain't getting out of here.
No, they make you bend over. Then they don't get out of there. You don't get out of there with nothing.
Cough.
Now this right here is the Bayer executive. That was his opinion.
That's it, right?
What?
You can read the article?
No.
Okay, I'm about to say. You have to let people go on with their imaginations and read the articles in the description, folks.
Read the article on your own.
I'm getting rough around here.
I'm going to show the clip of what he said, though.
Shit.
You don't think I should?
No, go ahead and show it. No, dude.
You know what? On second thought, I was going to post it in the comments. I'll let y'all.
Yeah, niggas.
Yeah, Travis talk to me a little bit. I think I'm gonna let that go. I'll show it in the comments. I'll post it in the description, and you can see what you had to say. It's a damn shame.
It's a shame. Boy. It's terrible.
Got you shook, boy.
You two about to flip me. I'm about to go into my Haagen Dog twin bag. We're gonna become a Republican channel, talking shit, and maybe we throw a little something every once in a while.
So we talked about Sweden enacting the vaccine passports. And last but not least, we're going to speak on Tory Lanez Meg the Stallion. This is going to be it's not going to be the last segment. It's the second for last. One of the last segments. All right. So Tory Lanez is ordered to stand trial for the shooting of Meg the Stallion. If convicted as charged, he faces a maximum sentence of 22 years and 8 months in state prison. I don't think that's likely because some stuff came out of the recent preliminary trials. His trial date, I think, is January 13th. Yeah, January 13th, 2022.
January 13th.
Yes.
The 13th?
Yes. Rapper Tory Lanez will stand trial for shooting a fellow rapper Meg the Stallion. A judge ruled Tuesday. The Canadian-born rapper, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, 29, is scheduled to return to court for arraignment on January 13, 2022. A bid to dismiss the case for insufficiency of evidence was rejected by the Superior Court Judge Keith H. Borgen. Meg the Stallion, whose given name is Megan Pete. How's that name, Pete? Pete Peterson.
She ain't related to them people that made Texas Pete, is she?
Was shot in the foot on July 12th. Was shot in the foot on July 12th after apparently arguing while riding in an SUV in the Hollywood Hills. According to the LA County District Attorney Office, as she got out of the vehicle, Peterson allegedly shot at her feet several times.
Dance for me.
Los Angeles Police Department Detective Stronger testified that Pete said he heard Peterson say, "Dance, bitch," before he fired at her feet. She told the detective she fell to the ground and crawled to a nearby driveway with her feet bleeding profusely. Peterson emphatically apologized for what he did afterward, begging her not to say anything and offer her money, and the detectives testified. The SUV Peterson was in, it was subsequently stopped by police officers responding to the report of a shooting, but Pete initially told police she had not been shot and broken glass caused her injuries to her feet because she was extremely scared and embarrassed and said she was going to get in trouble. Stronger said she was also concerned police might shoot him. Strogner said, appeared sincere, visibly distraught, and was crying when she admitted Peterson had shot her. So that's all propaganda. A detective acting like that detective acted like he was a PR person. You see how he was talking? The detective clearly is a PR person.
He remembered everything.
Now look at this. Somebody asked the question, is Tory Lanez confident about the Meg Thee Stallion shooting case? So, here's why they asked that question. The greatest breakdown I heard of this was Joe Budden podcast. They broke it down from the business side, the selling the corporation, the company she signed with, 300, or the record label she signed with, 300, just so happened to sell a day after this information was released by Tory Lanez's team. She announced a Netflix deal to kind of bury that stuff. Look, you can go watch him. He broke it down great. And the name of the channel, this show is Questions. Look, I ain't got no answers for this story. I only got questions. You're at a party. You with your girl and her friend. You just so happen to be sleeping with both of them, but one of them don't know. Then you in this other girl face flirting with her, which pisses off one of the girls. The other girl find out that she mad at you for flirting with her, so she find out y'all sleeping together. Y'all storm off. Arguments ensues. Somebody gets shot, allegedly. But there's no gunpowder residue on the person accused, Tory Lanez. If you fire a weapon, you can wash all you want. It ain't going nowhere. There was no gunpowder residue on him, but on the friend. How is that? That's a question. That's just questions. Now, when she said the part about dance bitch and cross-examination of the detective, they asked him, did anybody else hear this?
No.
No. So the only person that heard him say this was Meg Thee Stallion. Nobody else heard this. How is that? Another question. Now, when you look at this right here, this is that article right here talking about shooting her in the foot. Another question. When they were interviewing during the court thing, LAPD reported bullet fragments missing in Meg Thee Stallion shooting. So the alleged bullet fragments they found in her ankle, they said ankle, not foot. Maybe I'm missing something, but when I read this, it said ankle, not foot. Maybe it's just bottom part of the ankle, maybe. They said they can't find the fragments. Where are the fragments? That was evidence.
I'm not about to sit here and let you tear down this black woman.
Oh, I'm tearing.
You not gonna do this to this black woman.
So now, when this stuff started coming out, Meg Thee Stallion ran on Twitter. Started talking about, oh, woe is me. I was shot. That's the important part. She didn't say who she was shot by this time. But she said I was shot with an emphasis on the word shot, which means she's making the shot the point. The point is not who did it. The point is I got shot.
But then a couple of days later, she twerking on.
Now, she got shot in the foot, allegedly. Both feet. She said I got shot in both my foots, both my feet.
Still was able to twerk though.
But 3 days, she was twerking. You right. Got on. She was performing. People was like, "Damn, you twerking kind of early, ain't you?"
Dance for me, bitch.
That's when, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. That might be when she came out and finally said, "Tory shot me." But people was on her ass, like, yeah. Bitch, you ain't get shot. You out here twerk. That's when she came out. Tory shot me. You know, she had a hoodie on. He shot me, Tory Lanez.
He should have did that to that black woman.
So now, this time goes by. Tory Lanez independent. As they say, them lawyer fees kicking them. I wonder, was the point of this to drain him?
For money? So that he has to what?
They said there was no plea deal offered, allegedly. They said there was no plea deal offered. He asked for the case to be thrown away for no evidence.
And they said no?
I said, no, you're going to trial. Now, he's up against assault, 2 counts of assault, and carrying a weapon. But keep in mind, they did not originally charge him with assault. They charged him with weapons. They only put the assault charge on his list when Meg Thee Stallion came out and formally said, Tory Lanez shot me. That's when they put the assault charge on there. If I'm not mistaken, maybe my timeline is wrong, but I'm sure after she accused him of that, it blew up. That's when they added the assault charge. Because she accused him publicly.
What was the thing? What did they charge him with at the beginning?
This gun possession.
But if he shot somebody, he would be charged with.
And they said, Travis, she said that she said he got shot and crawled to a driveway. Yet we got footage. The cops had you walking around. Remember that? You see this picture we got right here? The cops had you walking around like you wasn't even a shot person. Look at that. She's just walking around. I wonder why they got it blurred. She wasn't naked. I don't know. But
hell, is that her?
Yeah. Why they have you walking around if you got shot in your foot? Now, I'm not saying she didn't get shot in her foot, but for you to be able to tell a police officer it's glass, they would look at your foot and go, "That's a gunshot wound.
That's a hole, baby.
That's a weird piece of glass that got you in your foot." That's what they be thinking. Like,
But
what?
where the glass at?
But they believed her. She went off to the hospital. That's when she finally admitted it. She even told them, and they was like, "All right." Now, allegedly, bullet fragments was taken out, but now they can't find them. So the questions are: she admitted that she didn't see him shoot her. She said her back was turned, and she heard him say "dance, bitch," and shoot at her foot. So
maybe it was the friend that was saying "dance, bitch."
She didn't see it. Tory Lanez, why didn't he have gunshot residue on him? Why would Tory Lanez, who on one night had 3 very famous women on him, be willing to shoot somebody?
Yeah, 2 famous women on.
Oh yeah, you're right.
A friend is not famous,
but it's the woman he's dealing with. 3 women fighting over him in one night.
Well,
I don't think he's fighting.
Kylie Jenner won't fighting over him.
Well, she was clearly giving him some interest.
No, the 2 black women was fighting over him.
All right.
The white one was like, "I get him at the end of the night anyway." So,
so where are the bullet fragments? How does she know he shot him when she didn't see it, but she heard him say it? Why hasn't the bodyguard came out and said nothing? How do you get shot and on the same night stop being friends with your best friend? These are questions. Just questions. Most people think the second this stuff leaked about the fragments missing and all the other stuff, they said she lying. People already done turned and said, "Oh,
Meg lying like hell."
Lying like a lot of people. Make sure y'all say sorry as loud as you was attacking them. I knew they was lying. Especially the Tory Lanez female fans. Lord, they riding for him. You know what it take to be a female Tory Lanez fan, considering he accused of shooting a woman? You gotta be like one of them R. Kelly fans. You gotta be ride or die.
It's some ride and die.
It's some ride or dies.
R. Kelly got some ride or die female fans.
He got some fans. They know about his life, his everything. They know everything about him.
They trying to get him out.
To this day, they still holding shows and panels and everything, talking about all the facts.
I think they try to form an escape plan to get him out of there. They could.
Oh, they would. But I'm just saying. I'm just asking questions.
Want to become a correctional officer? One will come in there and work there.
Well, remember Choke No Joke was reading one of his letters, and he said one of the correctional officers made him sing for food. He said he felt dehumanized. I said that would be pretty dehumanizing.
I think the women would give him food though.
Oh yeah, they give him food. He gonna get some food to them too. This is what it is, but it's only men, I guess, in his prison. I don't know.
Well, said he has no problem with
Oh Lord, let's just move on. But I'm just saying, with this Tory Meg thing, I just got questions. It is what it is. But anyway,
Meg said, "Don't be making her picture small."
I got this from the internet. I ain't make that. I ain't got time for that. Final story. How long is this? Jesus. You might have to cut this one down. Damn. I'm talking way too much.
Like hearing yourself talk.
No one's like hearing themselves talk. All right. This is the last story. So y'all ain't hear one in a while anyway. Y'all can watch it. Y'all can break it up and watch on your own. 6th grader saves choking classmate and elderly woman from house fire in the same day.
He a superhero.
Yeah, he got his Clark Kent glasses on.
No, he looked like Damon Wayne's character.
Oh, what was his name?
Mighty
Blanket Man.
Blanket Man. That's Blanket Man's son.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some of children with good hearts would happen to be in the right place at the right time. Earlier this month, a 6th grader from Oklahoma, Devon Johnson, that's a Negro name, boy, performed the Heimlich maneuver on a classmate. Then the same day, Devon rescued an elderly woman from a burning house. The Internews and Eagle reported a student trying to refill his water bottle used his mouth to loosen the cap. The cap slipped into his throat and the student began to choke. the choking student stumbled onto Davion's classroom. Davion jumped into action, performed the Heimlich maneuver. The bottle cap popped out. The 11-year-old told Ended News in Engle he learned the maneuver on YouTube, calling it a valuable procedure to learn.
Listen.
He said, just in case you're in a situation I was in, you can know what to do.
YouTube.
Save a lot. YouTube got a lot of information.
YouTube is better than going to school. I'm going to say it.
Yay. Later, while walking after school, Devon saw an elderly woman trying to escape a house fire. Let me say this. This got to be the strangest day for him. One, okay, the dude was choking, stumbled in his classroom. He helped him.
He on YouTube looking at how to.
Just so happened to have seen.
I guess he on YouTube looking up how to save people that burn houses too.
So now you're walking home and you see a house fire and you see a woman trying. Like, this has got to be the strangest day. You just so happen to be in the right place to save 2 people's lives.
He's a superhero.
Again,
Superman ain't got shit on him.
Again, he rushed into action, helping the elderly woman with her walker getting out of the home. I thought, oh, she's not moving fast enough. So I ran across the street and helped her out to her truck. So he was looking like, nah, she ain't gonna make it.
But the way he a little thick. So
he might be strong. Might be a little strong little dude.
He said but people probably look at him and go, he's not moving fast enough.
Well, he showed him differently. No one who knows Davon was surprised by his quick thinking nature as he wants to be in EMT. Davion's mother, Latoya Johnson, told Indie News and Eagle, I'm just a proud mom. The young hero was honored with both Muskogee, is that how you said? County Sheriff Office and Muskogee Public Schools at a Muskogee board. Well, that's the sheriff right there.
The sheriff fat too.
According to the first post shared by Davion's mother, Mayor Marion J. Coleman declared December 9 Davion Johnson Day in Muskogee, Oklahoma. He got that little NASA what's it called on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move on though. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Don't be surprised if you see this young man.
Here we go.
Don't be surprised if you see this young man a couple of years from now pop up in
You say he went EMT, but he might be on BET.
Yep. Tyler Perry films.
Oh hell no. We're gonna get we had a push back the series we were gonna announce because of, the 2 weeks in jail. But we'll probably put that out. Might end up having to start that January 1st. Just put it out then. Try to have a couple episodes lined up that'll be part of the other series that we're gonna be doing, the movies. But anything else you want to say? This is gonna be a long ass episode.
Thanks for viewing the channel. This is a long ass episode.
It's about
y'all won't even hear this part. I'm sure a lot of y'all not even gonna make it.
If you hear this part, say it in the comments.
They were like, ain't no way in the hell that y'all gonna hear this part.
This is gonna be about almost 4 hours.
But we appreciate the support.
Yeah, very, very much so.
Because I'm telling you, I'm thinking about hopping in my Republican bag.
Get the real
money.
Damn Jason, I keep saying his name wrong. Brandon Tatum.
No, I ain't gonna go that far.
We're gonna go.
I'm gonna like the Hagen Dog. What's the
Hodge twins?
The Hodge twins.
You keep saying Hagen Dog. What the hell?
Ain't that an ice cream?
That's the bread, ain't it?
That's ice cream.
Yeah. Think about a Hoggy rolls, whatever they call it.
Hoagie rolls.
Hoagie, yeah. Hey, all right, man. This is long enough. Thank y'all for viewing the show, the videos. Thank you for please subscribe, like, comment, and share. We're on Facebook, as you can see right there, Lost in Seattle TV. That name will change soon, but like I said, that might just be. We might just wait till January 1st to do all that. That do a lot of rebranding. But anyway, man, really appreciate the support. Y'all be safe. All praise to the Most High, and peace, man.